Well, a pleasant good afternoon and welcome to Georgetown High School. I'm Rob Hipp alongside Travis Banks. We're here for the third annual Fellowship of Christian Athletes All-Star Unity Bowl. Travis, good to have you back up in the broadcast booth. And, hey, it's good for a little summer high school football up here tonight.
Good to be here. Thanks for inviting me, Rob. Thanks for having me. Thank you to the FCA for having SHN here for the third year in a row. And you said it, Rob. We're in the middle of the off season, just a couple of months away from the regular season kickoff of the 2018 high school football season. But this is a little way of whetting our appetites, so to speak.
Well, this is our third year here again covering for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. We've been excited to be here and excited to be back up in the broadcast booth here as what you just said, getting our feet wet here for the football season. This is a all-star game that's comprised of quite a few players from around Central Texas. The teams are classified as blue and gold. The gold team is coached by Joshua Amanda of Leander Rouse. Also assistant coaches Jason Cole of Thrall, Daryl Creighton of Eastside Memorial, Creighton Phillips of Lago Vista, and Jonathan Hatfield of Veritas. The blue team kicking off, head coach Kurt Jones of Burnett, assistant coaches Sam Robertson of Cedar Ridge, Michael Birdwell of Marble Falls, Chuck Peterson of Hyde Park, and Charles Burton of Del Valley. And the opening kickoff will go from blue to gold. That ball will rest right at the 20-yard line, and that's where things will start over here for the gold team as they will have the ball first here, Travis.
It's going to be interesting to see what kind of plays both of these teams come out with, because a lot of these kids playing have already graduated high school. They've graduated a couple of weeks ago, so for some of these kids, it's going to be their last football game potentially ever. So it's going to be interesting to see if they come out really hard and, just oversell themselves, and maybe in hopes of getting one of those last-minute walk-on scholarships or something, or if they just kind of play it safe all in the name of fun.
Well, the quarterback here for the gold team, and it'll take us a while to kind of get acquainted with the numbers here and everything, of course, as it's hard to see those numbers. And we will get that here. The quarterback is in shotgun, two receivers down, one up top there to the left, has a back behind him offset to the right. Now a man in motion from top to bottom. The handoff is to that player in motion as he comes down near the near side, dodging his way forward, tries to get up to the 25. Looks like he'll be down inbounds around the 24 or so a 4-yard pickup there to start things off for the gold team.
That was number 9, Isaiah Poston, the wide receiver out of Rouse High School, on the jet sweep there. He had some great blocking as he ran from the left side of the field to the right side, and he gained a couple of yards on that play. Looks like 4 according to the scoreboard, so it'll be second down and 6 for the gold team. Quarterback sends all of his players over to the left side of the field. He comes out in the shotgun formation. And the wide receivers go out, and the quarterback is going to fake a pass and tries to run the ball. He gets knocked down at around the line of scrimmage for one yard gain, if that. Looks like the referee is going to spot the quarterback that 1 yard. So that should bring up about 3rd and 5 here for the gold team. A great defensive effort there by the blue team. Third down and 5. 15 seconds to play on the play clock. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers on the left side. Quarterback drops back and is sacked at the 15-yard line. Bringing him down for the blue team is number 9, Caleb Wilkins, a linebacker out of Fredericksburg who also has experience at running back, and that's a major loss. 4th down, and it should be a punting situation for the gold team. So the clock will continue to tick with about 10 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. And the gold team is looking to punt it away. Back to return for the blue team is number 4, Corey Anzaldua, out of Gonzales, a safety. And we'll get the name of that second returner in just a moment here. Punt is up and away, but none of the other players move. Having some audio issues we're trying to work out here, and it looks like they're just not going to try to go after the punted ball. So that ball will be taken and returned around the 46-yard line, and we'll see the blue team on offense here for the first time tonight. As you can see, the blue team coming out onto the field. They will be led by quarterback number 18, Ryan Gardner, out of Taylor. Comes out all alone in the shotgun formation, immediately throws to his left side, and that ball is caught and taken in for a first down and a couple of more yards. Brought down at the 35-yard line was the wide receiver Bryce Murphy out of Marble Falls.
He'll pick up enough for the first down. Ball now spotted at the 34-yard line. Tackle made by Higgin Knapp.
So that'll bring up a 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Quarterback, it's a design quarterback run. He has a huge hole through the middle, and he's got another first down. Again, Ryan Gardner, the quarterback on that run, and he makes it. Looks like the referees are going to spot the ball 1 yard short, so that's a 9-yard gain for the blue team, and that will bring up 2nd down and 1.
Ryan Gardner out of Taylor, Texas, just up the road here from Georgetown, had a phenomenal season as a Duck, and here getting to play in this All-Star game this afternoon. Travis, I'll let you continue to call this series here.
All right, well, thank you, Rob. Ryan Gardner sends a man in motion from right to left, and he's going to hand the ball off to that receiver. It's a jet sweep from right to left, and that receiver gets a first down, makes his way inside the 20 before he's pushed out of bounds. The receiver on that play looks to be Caleb Wilkins.
I believe that may have been Vincent Campos from Del Valle. Well, you said Wilkins?
I did say Caleb Wilkins. I thought I saw number 9.
I thought I saw a 3 there. Again, these numbers really hard to read up here, Travis. We'll get it through it, though.
Oh, yeah. Ryan Gardner back, 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Ryan Gardner in shotgun formation. He drops back and throws a wide receiver screen that is caught, but a flag is out on the play, and the receiver making that catch looked to be Ryan Gardner's brother, Travis Gardner, also out of Taylor. And we'll see what this flag is all about here.
Yeah, I was going to say, that must be his brother there, as he had a nice separation there on that near side, able to break through and put a flag.
Defense, which is legal since we're inside the 20-yard line. No flag, second down.
So the initial call was an illegal defense, but it was legal since you're inside the 20-yard line. We're going to see a lot of new UIL rules instituted this year as well. Galen Welnicki providing stats for us here this afternoon, Travis. But as the season goes on, we'll start to understand more of those rule implementations and when those are going to happen also.
As the game goes on, we're pretty fast learners here ourselves. So that will make it 2nd down and 12. Ball is on the 20, and it's a fake handoff. Gardner is going to keep it, and he is brought down rather viciously at about the 15-yard line.
It was a good stop there by Wells Brock out of Taylor also. A lot of kids from Taylor here from the Ducks on this FCA All-Star team on both sides. So you've got teams on the offense and also on the defense representing Taylor High School here this afternoon.
And those kids have been playing football together for probably 7-8 years by now, so they know each other inside and out. Brings up 3rd down and 7 from the 15-yard line. Gardner in shotgun formation, 2 running backs. He fakes a handoff and keeps the ball himself, runs the ball up the middle, can't get anywhere close to the first down marker. He probably gained about 3, maybe 4 yards. It'll bring up 4th down. And it'll be interesting to see if the blue team decides to go for it or play it safe and go for the field goal.
Ball now spotted at the 12-yard line.
Looks like they're going to go for the field goal, the easy 3 points. Ball is spotted on the 12-yard line, so this will be about a 29-yard kick for the blue team kicker, who I have on my roster as Taylor Torres out of Burnett. Kick is up, and it is good. So just like that, 6:25 remaining here in the first quarter. The blue team takes a 3-0 lead over the gold team after the very first drive.
I believe that was from around 37 yards or so, so a nice field goal there to start things off for the blue team. Transition back over to the gold. Again, thanks for joining us here for this 2018 third annual Fellowship of Christian Athletes All-Star Classic. Also renamed to the Unity Bowl last year. It was called the All-Star Classic in that first year, but renamed to the Unity Bowl. Again, thanks for joining us here from Georgetown High School. A pretty clear day, this weekend we should see some thunderstorms roll in. It looked a little ominous early on this afternoon, but the clouds Really separated here. Nice blue skies here in Georgetown, Texas, though. The wind is whipping pretty heavily right now, gusting over 20 miles per hour. That could play a factor here. Of course, we're up here in this nice press box, so we don't have to worry about that, Travis.
Oh, yeah, we're in the air conditioning. We don't have to worry about the humidity and let all those people downstairs sit out in the 90-degree weather.
Well, at halftime, we'll talk things over with some of the folks associated with the FCA, as we've done every year. Excited about that. Your score, 3-0. Blue leads here with 6:25 to go in the first quarter. And Blue set to kick this ball off from right to left. Again, those numbers a little hard to see down there. I believe it may be Tyler Torres from Burnett. Off the right foot of Torres. The ball sells, gets behind the wind. It's going to drop into the end zone through the hands, and that'll be a touchback there as the gold player number 4, it looked like, but we don't have a 4
We don't
on our
have a
roster.
4. It could have been 5 as well.
No, it is number 4. Well, unfortunately, we don't have that young man's name on the roster, so we'll have to get that, Travis. This is an event, we'll talk about it more at halftime, but it leads up to this event as they have a mini camp, if you will, throughout and talk things over and then come out here. Just a great organization, the FCA, and all the work that they've done. Thankfully allowed to be in public schools and provide just a great atmosphere for these student athletes to continue to excel in their sports. And this game here honoring those athletes this afternoon, Travis. Golden shotgun, the ball will rest on their own 25-yard line. With 2 receivers down, 1 up. The quick handoff to the back as he tries to plow his way forward, and maybe a gain of 2 on the play. Travis, did you get the number on that one?
I missed the running back. The quarterback out there is James Clay Orison out of St. Dominic Savio.
Orison hands off the ball to the running back.
And we've got a player down on the field, unfortunately.
We'll have an official timeout on the field.
So hopefully the player there will be okay as he is down right now, just holding on gingerly that ankle. A great thing here, though, for the FCA, able to feature these athletes, Travis. We've talked about it numerous times already this afternoon. And you talk about really high school football just right around the corner in August, but here getting a little summer action. We've been so busy with baseball here on SHN Sports that we transitioned out of that. Both Georgetown high school teams, and when we say both teams, there is more than 2 high schools here. A lot of folks may not be aware, but Gateway High School in Georgetown, there's actually 2 Gateway High Schools. Those are charter schools, but public schools, not part of the GISD system, but a public school nonetheless. The Georgetown Eagles making it way to the Final 16 in baseball, and then the Gateway Gators of 3A here at Georgetown, they made it all the way to the Final 4 in baseball. We got to call all of Georgetown's games and then that Gateway Gator game, which is pretty exciting as well. But we talk about baseball, now we transition to football, and this is kind of the kickoff that leads all that. And a lot going on with athletics, especially now with streaming and everything else, Travis. It's almost getting to a point now to where if you've got a kid out there on the field or on the court or on the diamond, you're going to be able to listen to them and watch them almost anywhere now thanks to the internet and streaming. And that's why we're honored and blessed to be able to bring these games to folks out there as well.
And you know, Rob, this will kick off my 4th year with you guys at SHN, I believe. And that's the most feedback I get from parents and grandparents is that they love us because they can listen to us and watch their kids play from anywhere in the world. We've gotten emails from relatives that are, overseas for business or something like that. They're in Europe 5 in the morning and they're watching us on a Friday, Saturday morning over there, but a Friday night here. They can pretend, they can watch along like they are here live in the stadium. So that's been my favorite part is just hearing all those fun stories about where people are listening to us from and who they're related to and all that sort of good stuff.
Well, they're still attending to that player down there. We're going to step aside and take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, folks. The 2018 FCA All-Star Unity Bowl will continue here on SHN Sports. We'll take a quick break and be right back after this. Well, welcome back here to Georgetown High School as we are here at the 2018 FCA Unity Bowl. Rob Hipp alongside Travis Banks. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We didn't get to catch it. We'll get it a little bit later, but here at the Georgetown Athletic Complex, Travis, a beautiful facility right in the heart of a big town here in Georgetown, you know, close to 70,000 folks now, and we've still got time for little cows in a stock pond back there, Travis. So you know you're in good company when you're at a nice facility and you got cows. Come on, man.
That's how you know you're still in small town Texas, when you can see the cows from the football stadium.
The Gold here on first down, or actually it's going to be second down, picking up a few yards here on a run. That injured player off the field now. We hope that player will be okay.
Joe Goodwin, the running back on that play, out of Vista Ridge High School.
So the Gold will have the ball here on their own 31-yard line, right in between the hashes on third down and a short 3. Quarterback in shotgun, 2 receivers up, and the handoff to his running back, diving his way forward on that near side hash mark. He'll have enough for the first down. Back-to-back runs now by the Gold team, and that time into the hands of Joe Goodwin from Vista Ridge.
Goodwin, a very powerful run right there. He got all the blocks he needed, and he knew exactly where that first down marker was. He laid down right after he crossed it.
Also appreciate our camera staff this afternoon. Russell Dowden from Texas Sports Monthly, a great publication that he has, operating our box cam. Mickey Holden from Leander ISD and the Leander crew down near the field tonight. Here on first down, quarterback stepping back over to the near side hash mark. That one looks like it was caught out of bounds, and it is, so that will be incomplete pass. The intended receiver there, I believe that was Caleb Wilkins off of, no, it was Noah actually is who it went to. It went over to Noah McVicker from Lago Vista.
I can tell if Orison if the ball, he kind of threw it way too early before his hand was actually ready, or if the wind caught that ball, because it looked a little off center.
4:53 to go. First quarter, Blue leading 3-0. Gold with the ball. The handoff to the running back as he tries to take one up the middle again as he darts to the outside hash mark and only picks up 1. And that'll be second down and a long 9 as the ball resting now on the 37-yard line, call it.
Zone read option on that play by the Gold team, but the Blue team had that sniffed out. In fact, they had a linebacker that ran up and was able to get to the quarterback, but he had already handed the ball off.
4:27, clock ticking, quarterback in shotgun. Is that Kelby Cox that's a quarterback out there? No, it's not. That's James Clay Orison. This time Orison's pass will be complete as his receiver able to haul it down right at the first down marker. First down as they inch ever closer to that 50-yard line, trying to get it over into Blue territory. A good pickup there on that down to bring up they're going to mark it. Man, a lot of times you see on that line, they've got it fourth down and inches here, and boy, from up here, that ball nose is right on. The official in the back said, yes, it is a first down, so they change it. Now, I was about to say, it was a little questionable there. The ball was resting right on the marker there.
Yeah, I never saw him give the move the chain signal, anything like that.
James Clay Orison from San Dominic Savio, the quarterback, and the handoff here to his back. And another nice little pickup of 3 to start things now at the 49-yard line. It'll bring up second down and long here for the Gold team.
Joe Goodwin again with another short run up the middle, gains about 3 yards, and it looks like they're trying to wear this defense down slowly with all these short runs.
3:35 on the clock. Blue leading 3-0, but Gold with the ball and driving here on second down and a long 7 as they try to cross that 50-yard line to get into Blue territory. Again, thanks for joining us for the 2018 FCA All-Star Unity Bowl here on SHN Sports. Stepping back is Orison, and he will be brought down hard back into the backfield as they were inching close to that 50-yard line. This time Orison swamped by a multitude of Blue players. A huge loss there. That's over 10-yard loss back down to the 38. It was Caleb Wilkins from Fredericksburg and company in on that huge sack way back down, Travis. They're going to mark that down at the 38 or 37-yard line back in their own territory.
Yeah, Wilkins is going to get the credit for the sack on that play, but there were about 3 defenders there. The pocket just collapsed on Orison, and he tried to scramble away, but he just kept going backwards and backwards, and eventually you just have to take the sack in that situation.
2:30 clock ticking here, third down. And which way are we heading over there, towards Austin? Third down in Austin, you call it? It's almost 15, 20 yards here. Orson steps back on the 30, throws this one, heaves it over, has a man all alone at the 30. Down to the 25, it'll be a first down and more. What a grab right there by Trevion McNeil from Gonzales, Texas. He said, I'm going to come to Georgetown and show you what an all-star is all about. Great pass there from Morrison. And Gonzales making his way down. That was a great pass, and you talk about third down and long, able to make a beautiful play there, Travis.
Yeah, that cornerback missed some coverage there somehow, and McNeil was able to get behind him and wide open. There was no safety on there to prevent McNeil from making that catch.
This is a Gold team that started out on their own 25. They are now down to the 25-yard line in the opposing territory. A delayed handoff to the back. It's Joe Goodwin, the Vista Ridge running back to the outside. He'll pick up another healthy 5 here on first down to the 20-yard line.
Again, that's why they have Joe Goodwin running all those short runs, because eventually the defense expects the run, and then that's when you could throw a pass like Orson did to McNeil 2 plays ago now.
2 receivers will line up on the near side. One of those is Noah McVicker from Lago Vista. Lago Vista represented here in the All-Star game as well. Orson going to delay here, pass over. This time to his back, it's Johnny McNaughton from San Dominic Savio, and he will be brought down around the 15-yard line. So that'll be enough for another All-Star Gold first down to the 15. It'll be first down and 10. They can get the first down, Travis, at that 5-yard line.
Great swing pass by the Gold team. They knew exactly where they needed to go, and they didn't need many yards.
Cabot Booth from Falls making his way down as well now as one of those receivers on the near side hash mark. He will join Noah McVicker from Lago Vista as the wide receiver. Man in motion is the one who just came in here and throwing this one, and that is almost intercepted. A little bit of action back there for Clay Orison, and instead of just throwing it away, he tried to throw it to a receiver, and luckily there he wasn't picked off on first down. That was close.
Yeah, he tripped over his own 2 feet or something like that, and he also had 2 defenders on him. He just wanted to get rid of that ball. He did not want to take that sack again.
53 seconds. The clock is stopped. Blue leading 3-0 here. Second down and 10. The ball resting on the 14-yard line. For the All-Star Gold, they'll have the ball on the near side hash mark. Orson in shotgun. 2 receivers down, man in motion from left to right. A delayed handoff here to his back, Joe Goodwin. Goodwin trying to make good of it, and unfortunately, he's going to be dropped in the backfield for a loss. But, hey, if you're a blue team, that was a nice heads-up play there on the tackle as the running back trying to get across but not able to get there and actually lost about a yard on the play, Travis.
That's unfortunate for the Gold team, too, because he had one man Goodwin had one man to beat downfield, and he had a blocker. He just had to beat the guy behind him, and he couldn't do that.
There's a beautiful tackle there by Jonathan Mitchell, the defensive end from Hutto High School, home of the Hippos, just up the road here, about a 10-minute drive. Orison on third down and 11. The ball resting on the 15-yard line, and his Gold team trying to strike here with 12 seconds on the clock here in this first quarter of action. High snap again, handoff once again to Joe Goodwin. Goodwin again will be stopped in the backfield for another loss. And that will end the first quarter of action. Blue leading 3-0. And to start things off in the second quarter, we'll see if they decide to go for it. That was a third down play just then, wasn't it? It should be fourth down now, right?
I believe it was.
Yeah, it was third down, so it's fourth down. We'll see if they kick here. We'll step aside and take a quick break at the end of one. Blue, All-Stars leading the Gold 3-0, but the Gold charging. We'll see what happens here. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. The 2018 FCA All-Star Unity Bowl on SHN Sports will continue in a few moments. Well, the kick up here, and the field goal is to the left of the uprights and no good there. The kick attempt. Who was that by? I didn't catch that, Travis.
I completely kind of spaced out on that kicker. The only kicker listed on the roster is Dalen Nedgen from Fredericksburg.
Now to do it for the first quarter, we'll swap sides of the field.
It was either him or it was Jacob Zapata from Rouse. 2 gold team kickers listed on the roster. We'll get those numbers straight.
Our officials for tonight's game have
Problem with the gold team is that they have the gold lettering on the white numbers.
Yeah, it's hard to kind of see what's going on everything. Stats coming to us from the penmanship of Galen Welnicki. Galen, he's not on the mic, but I got to tell you, man, it's good to have Galen back up in the booth with us. Galen, down there for a while, I know had some things going on, and glad to have you back in the booth, partner. Excited about it. Galen made our Georgetown Eagle baseball a big success this season. And I missed you in the playoffs, buddy, but glad you're back up here with us tonight. Galen will be joining us also for Georgetown High School football, as well as the upcoming Southwestern football season here on SHN Sports. We're excited to be able to bring the D3 of the NCAA here to SHN. In that first quarter of action, like 12 rushes for only 15 yards for the gold team, 3 for 28 for the blue team. So you can see the rushing difference there for the blue. On the passing end, the gold 3 for 5 for 51 yards. The blue, only one pass, 1 for 1 for 11 yards. And we'll see what happens here as the second quarter underway. It'll be first down and 10 after that field goal attempt moments ago, no good. And the blue will take back over here, Travis.
It's been quite some time since we've seen the blue team offense on the field as well. The last time we saw them was their only drive of the game. And they were able to get 3 points off of that. They were able to get into the red zone, but not quite able to make it into the end zone. So it'll be interesting to see how they come out here.
I believe for the goal, it was a 37-yard field goal attempt that was no good. So you saw a 37-yard field goal by the blue that was good. The gold couldn't match it, though. And here the blue will start off from left to right, dodging through defenders over to the far side hash mark. And all that effort, though, for a loss of 1 on the play there. It was number 21, Malcolm Rogers from Austin Aikens. Boy, some of these players will be aching after this game, man, the way they're putting some hits on. These guys want to get out here and hit, man. It's an all-star game, but these kids haven't played in a while. They're ready to get back into the action here, Travis.
Oh, yeah.
11:31, clock ticking, second down and 11. The ball resting on the 19-yard line for the blue team. In shotgun, stepping back, throwing over to the near side hash mark. Vincent Campos to Del Valle, and still making his way down, almost near back to that first down marker. He'll be dropped about the 28-yard line. And a great pass there and a catch from the receiver of the blue team, and they're striking here, third down, but they've got a short 2. It would have been a long 11. Able to pick up some yardage here. We'll see what happens here. Great job by Campos on that reception.
Yeah, just a simple wide receiver screen, and Campos was able to get it all the way closer to the first down marker. It makes this third down a lot less stressful.
That'll bring up third down and a short 2.
Third down and 2 it is. The ball resting on the near side hash mark. Quarterback and shotgun, 2 backs to either side of him. A delayed handoff to one of those big, powerful backs as he blisters his way forward up to the 30-yard line. He was initially stopped around the 28, and then using his big body, able to push defenders forward. Boy, we saw a lot of gold flying on that play. A nice run there by Levi Russo-Bell from Cedar Park. He normally plays defensive end, but he's out here playing a little offense.
Well, it's always good to see fullbacks rotated in and out of the offense. That's one of those old school things you just got to love, the fullbacks who are built like linebackers, but when you need 1 or 2 yards, they can always guarantee you that.
10-17, clock ticking. Blue leads 3-0. They have the ball. First down and 10. Ball on their own 30-yard line here in the second quarter. And the quarterback stepping back here, trying to get that number on the quarterback. We'll have that in a few moments.
It's Ryan Gardner.
It is number 18 from Taylor, and the handoff here, and they're going to say that ball was down before he lost it. The ball, actually a pass attempt there, goes into the fingertips of Dominique Smith from Del Valle. So a lot of defensive players getting some offensive actions here this afternoon, Travis.
Well, and again, this game is pretty much all for fun, and so it's kind of interesting to see all these players play positions they probably normally wouldn't have played in a regular high school football season. And as you can tell, Dominic Wilson right there, not very good with his hands as he dropped the ball right as he goes down. And you could see he was very frustrated with himself. He slapped his hands down on the ground. So you got to think he's going to look to make up for that in the future.
Ryan Gardner in shotgun, steps back around the 20, now dancing his way back to the 25, tuck and run across the 35, now the 40, picks up the first down on the keeper. Wasn't the designed play, but he'll take it. He saw a gap there on that near side, on the sideline to the right, able to tuck and run and picks up the first down for the All-Star Blue on a great quarterback keeper there.
Yeah, the Gold defense went into zone coverage, and Gardner had just enough room on the right side. He saw he had enough blockers. It was basically a 1-to-1 blocker ratio, and Gardner had just enough room to make it to the first down line and then run out of bounds without being touched.
Gardner with a back behind him is LaRon Abel's homeschool player out here, the running back. So not only your public schools, but also some private schools and homeschool kiddos getting some action out here. Again, another play here is Gardner once again tucks and runs on the right side across the 45. What would have been a sack for about a 2-yard loss turns it into a 2-yard gain down to the 40 or up to the 45-yard line. It'll bring up third down and long.
The pocket just collapsed on that play. Gardner really didn't have much time. It looked like he was designed to throw, but didn't have enough time and had to scramble for his life.
Actually be second down and 9, a pickup of 1 on the play. Gardner has a receiver on the left side. That's Travis Gardner, his brother, out there. And then on the near side, 1 receiver. 2 up top, actually to the left, 1 down. Has a back offset to his left. The ball again resting on the 44-yard line. In shotgun, the snap, the handoff to the back as he tries to penetrate between 3 gold helmets. And those 3 gold helmets plow him back into the turf here at GISD Athletic Complex. A nice tackle led there by Isaiah Davila from Akins and Company.
I saw Hagan Knapp get the first touch on there, the linebacker out of Hutto. Again, it looked like all 3 linebackers were able to make it there real quick. These are some speedy defensive players on both teams.
Clock ticking, 8:42. Blue leads 3-0. Third down and a long 9. They've got the ball on their own 44-yard line here in the second quarter. Thanks for joining us here on SHN Sports for the 2018 FCA All-Star Unity Bowl. Gardner this time all alone, empty backfield. He's going to have to tuck between 2 defenders. Able to do it, still diving, leaps forward near the 50. He's going to be brought down well short of that first down. We should look for the blue team to punt here. Good effort, though, by Gardner as he tried to make something out of nothing. But you got to give credit to that Gold defense, able to come in there and put the jam on him. Man, you start talking about jam. I haven't eaten much today. Galen and I always talk about food. I like jam, dude. A little toast, jam. What do you think, Travis?
I'm a little bit glad this game started 30 minutes earlier than we anticipated, because that means we can get food a lot sooner than expected.
And we'll bring up a punting situation here. The punter back behind the 40-yard line. He'll stand on his own 39 hash mark. He's at that weird angle. We're trying to get a number. It's a 2-something down there, Travis.
The punter for the blue team is
26.
Tyler Torres out of Burnett.
Out of Burnett, Texas. Although Laundry is on the field. Delay of game called against the blue team, so that'll set them back 5 more. It'll bring up 4th down and 11. They'll, of course, punt again here.
Burnett's a bit of a drive here to Georgetown. Maybe
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Go down Highway 29. You get to go through Bertram. A lot of little small towns through, well, really only one. You go through Liberty Hill and Bertram, 2 small towns. So it's not too bad.
You don't have to fight the Austin traffic, at least.
This punt is on the way off the toe, and it will drop around the 11-yard line and back to receive it. Nice friendly pat on the helmet there as that goes right into the hands of that player, unfortunately, that we don't have a number 4. We'll step aside and get that. Travis, I'll hand it over to you for just a second, man.
So 7:16 remaining here in the second quarter. The blue team still leading the gold team 3-0. We thank you very much for spending your Friday night here with us at Georgetown ISD Birkelbach Memorial Stadium. Travis Banks, you were listening to Rob Hipp. He'll be back in a second. Nathan Height working the camera. Galen Welnicki working the stats tonight. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line here for the gold team, as they missed a field goal on their last drive to end the first quarter. And here on 1st and 10, they're going to hand the ball off to the running back, and tries to run up the middle, gets a yard, maybe 2 on that carry.
Out of the backfield over the middle. Rochelle Bell with the tackle. No gain on the play. Second down.
And they're going to rule that as no gain. Levi Russo Bell was the defensive player for the blue team who made the tackle. The gold team running back was Joe Goodwin out of Vista Ridge. We've talked about him several times tonight.
So the Gold will have the ball here, Travis, on their own 12-yard line. Thank you, friend, as always. Appreciate you. Handoff here to the back as he tries to dart through defenders on that right side, and he will be slammed to the ground. Nowhere to run for Chris Cloninger of Johnson City. Trying to escape that backfield, and the Blue Terror was back there to bring him down.
This blue team defense has just been swarming all night. They're so fast, and they really the Gold team really hasn't had any success in terms of long plays. They had that one 11-yard pass play on their last drive, and then after that, it's just been a bunch of runs. For, I think the longest run has been something like 7 or 8 yards. After that, it's been a bunch of 3 or 4 yard runs.
This is only the third possession here of the ball game for the Gold team. This time, quarterback will be right near his own end zone. He steps back to pass. This one over to the far side. A dagger thrown right into the arms of his receiver. And a great catch there to pick up 8 or 9. A healthy chunk of yards there on a third down and long, but they should have to punt here. Maldonado able to haul that one in. A great catch, but he's going to be about 2 or 3 short. It'll be 4th down and short. Gold will set to punt this one away here, Travis.
Yeah, Marcus Maldonado, one of those Eastview High School players. Stephen Stunn and I were broadcasting them for the last 2 years. So a name I'm very familiar with, at least.
The punt here up into the air by Jared DeFelice of Lago Vista. That one will sell near the 20-yard line, and they will call it dead where it blows. That's what they do here in the All-Star game. Don't want any unnecessary kids getting hurt here. So after back-to-back punts, 5:32 to go. Blue will get the ball back. They lead 3-0 here in the second quarter. Thanks for joining us. Rob Hipp alongside Travis Banks. Also a special thank you to Galen Welnicki for providing stats. Nathan Haidt is our director this afternoon. Good friend Russell Dowden also on the camera for us as well. Appreciate Russell. And Mickey Holden down on the field cam. So a lot of folks here making this one possible. This is an event, Travis, in all honesty, that we're really just, of course, you guys get paid to be up here and do all this, but SHN donates a lot of our time here and resources to make this happen. Couldn't make it happen without you guys. Thank y'all for being here this afternoon.
Well, you're welcome, Rob. And, you and I worked this game last year. We both had a blast, and you invited me to come back. I couldn't really say no.
Pick up here on first down as it goes to the running back, and a healthy gain of yardage. Call it about 5. It'll be second down and reasonable here for the blue team as they hold on to that 3-0 lead. The only score coming on that 37-yard field goal was 6:25 to go in the first quarter. The Gold tried to respond on their following possession. The second possession, they started on their own 25. You'll remember they drove that one all the way down to their 20 and was unsuccessful on that 37-yard field goal. So that's where we sit here at 3-0 with 4:58 to go in the first half of play. Blue and shotgun, the handoff to the back here as he tries to power his way through those Gold helmets. And once again, the defense able to knock him down, but able to pick up 2 or 3 close to that first down marker. It'll be third down and a short 1.
Number 50, Jeremiah Glenn. Bates in there. Short gain on the play. That brings up third down and 1.
We'll see what the Gold team can do. If they can get a stop, this will be huge for their momentum because they can. The blue team will be forced to punt the ball away, and the Gold team can theoretically have a better starting field position.
Quarterback this time with 2 backs to either side, 2 receivers down on the near side, 1 Lone Ranger all alone up top. Here on the handoff, finding his way forward. He'll have enough for the first down. Still on his feet. Boy, a powerful move there on the play by the running back after he got the handoff, came to the near side. That was a nice run by Rylan Robinson from Round Rock, Cedar Ridge. The RB from the CR. Clock running here with 4:04 to go. They'll keep things running. Ryan Gardner from Taylor, the quarterback. This time, an empty backfield. He'll have 3 receivers staggered down on the near side, 2 up top. 5 out here. We'll see if Gardner does a little tuck and run or if he can get one off here. The last time they've won in this set, actually the last 2 times, and again he does. Tucks and runs here. Across the 45, down near the 50. He'll have enough for the first down on first down and 10. Give him 11 on the quarterback keeper.
He took a big hit from behind as well.
Gardner with the quarterback keeper. He'll pick up 11. Ball spotted at the 49-yard line.
I believe that was Brock Wells from Taylor who made that big hit on Gardner. And we have a timeout here with 3:38 remaining in the first half. Timeout was taken by the gold team.
Is to see the world impacted for Jesus Christ through the influences of coaches and athletes. FCA, the heart and soul in sports.
Well, timeout called here. 3:38 to go in the second quarter. The Blue lead 3-0, but a nice pass moments ago will put them in good position here. Trying to add a little more, what do you want to say, a little more cheese on the taco, beef on the taco, man?
Kind of season are we in?
Little season on the taco. There you go, Travis.
I was in Louisiana a couple weeks ago, so I'm just thinking Cajun food, a little crawfish to the boil, little potatoes to the crawfish, I guess.
3:38 we are. The Blue lead 3-0. First down and 10. They've got it on their own 49-yard line, trying to cross over into gold territory and put some more insurance on their early 3-0 lead. For the Blue team, Gardner in shotgun. Two receivers to either side. Has a back behind him. The handoff is to that back as he tries to split through two defenders. Still on his feet is Malcolm Rogers from Aikens, and on what could have been a stop at the line, he's able to turn nothing into 2 yards. It'll bring up second and a long 8. He does move it into gold territory.
Isaiah Davila out of Aikens High School is the player I first saw make contact, so I'll give him the credit for the tackle, even though there were 3 defenders in the vicinity.
Under 3 minutes now, 3-0, Blue leading gold, second down and 8. Gardner in shotgun, 2 receivers to either side, steps back, just shy of the 40, throws it up the middle, diving, trying to make the catch at the 35, but it's incomplete, a little too low at the fingertips there as the intended receiver for the Blue team, number 10, Drew Veliska from Giddings, represented here in this all-star game.
Incomplete pass will bring up third down.
Clock is stopped with 2:48 remaining here in the first half. Play clock continues to tick as the Blue team lines up. Gardner in shotgun formation. He's all alone. He sends a man in motion. He's got trips on the right. Gardner drops back. He's got all day to throw, and he does throw over the middle. Overthrows the intended receiver. That was Vincent Campos, and that ball falls incomplete. That brings up a 4th down and 8 here from around the middle of the field. 49-yard line to be exact.
Well, it was an effort the Blue team was driving, and they may stop short here, but they're kind of in that no man's land here in an all-star game, but they do line up. They seem like they're going to punt this one away, Travis.
It's the right call to make, especially when it's only 3-0. Got plenty of time. You got an entire second half to worry about. Just make some defensive stops here, prevent the gold team from scoring, and you'll be in pretty good shape going into halftime.
Well, we may see a little trickeration here. We'll see if this goes back. And no, they will kick this one away. So off the right toe there of the Blue team. It'll settle around the 12 and caught, and the ball will be dead. 2:35 to go. Gold with an opportunity here to answer, trailing 3-0. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back in a few moments.
So 1st and 10 here, ball on the 13-yard line. Some trickeration attempted by the gold team. And the ball was dropped in transition. I believe the gold team was able to fall on the ball and recover it. It looked to me like the Blue team at least got a finger on it.
That'll be a loss for the gold team. team. Ball
That will
down
not be the
about
case. The gold
6-yard
team
line.
will retain the ball, but with a massive loss of yardage, they will go inside the 10-yard line. Looks to be around at the 6. So that brings up a second down and very long. Less than 2 minutes to play. Now the gold team quarterback drops back, and he looks to run, looks to scramble up the middle, but is dropped down by one of the defenders. Gains a yard, maybe 2 on that play as the clock continues to run. 1:40 remaining here in the second quarter.
Timeout. Blue team. That's their second
Blue
timeout.
team is going to take their second timeout of the half. They'll have 1 remaining. Gold team still has, they have 2 timeouts remaining.
I'd like to thank the
Excuse me.
following sponsors for helping to support FCA at this event tonight. Joe Bland Construction, Rudy's Barbecue, Pepsi, Grand Endeavor Homes, and Grex. Thank you for your support tonight.
Well, Travis, we got a little clarification there. We kept hearing a little back feed of our broadcast, and I thought, man, is that getting piped through the PA here? It was actually a Russell there on camera. He had his phone right next to our crowd mic. I'm like, hey, that's pretty cool. We're getting a little PA pipe through here. 1:38 to go. Blue leading 3-0. Third down and a long 17, though, as the gold is pushed way back into their own. I beg your pardon, as the gold, is pushed way back here in their own territory. The blue punted that last one away, right, Travis?
Yes, they did.
And the gold, where did they start this one at?
The gold started their drive at the 18-yard line, and then they had some trickeration on the very first play, and they had a loss of about 7, 8, 9 yards. And it's just been they've been trying to run away, run around, run the ball, and there's been a couple of timeouts now. Each team has 1 timeout remaining.
Well, timeout called here. 1:38, Blue leading 3-0.
The gold fumbled on their trickeration play. They tried a couple of reverses and sweeps, and the ball came loose. I thought for a second the blue team was able to dive on it. That would have been really good for them because they would have gotten the ball inside the 5, but the gold team was able to fall on the ball and retain possession. And that's pretty much the only exciting action of this drive. There was a quarterback scramble by Orison, who was able to get 2 or 3 yards and bring us to where we are now, the 3rd and 17. With 1:38 remaining here in the first half. Orison now in shotgun formation. He hands the ball off to his running back. That is Joe Goodwin, and he sweeps out to the right side. Able to make it back to about the original line of scrimmage, but that brings up 4th down, and they're nowhere close to the first down marker, so you got to think that the gold team is going to punt the ball away here, and I think the blue team is thinking that as well, considering they just called their final timeout of the first half. They have none remaining here, 90 seconds remaining in the first half. They can get this punt off. They will get some very good field position, and they'll have 90 seconds to work with to try and get into the end zone and take, hopefully, a 10-0 lead into halftime. Worst case scenario, they'll take the lead in general into halftime, 3-0.
Well, Travis, at halftime, we'll get to talk things over with Greg Knight with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, talk about the great things that they're doing in the years past. We've talked to Steve Veneriti a couple times, so Steve's going to hand the torch over to Greg, so we're excited to be able to talk to him and learn more about the impact and what the FCA is doing. And we always enjoy catching up with those guys. Mike Capps also helps us here with SHN. He's also on the board with the FCA. Mike has done a tremendous job over the years as the voice of the Round Rock Express since their inception, and then also giving back to the community through various programs, one of those being the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. 1:27 to go, and the kick is on its way. The Gold will down the ball around the 48, 47-yard line. So Blue will have 120 to work with here, Travis, as they try to put a little cushion on that 3-0 lead. The ball will be on the 47. We have seen 4 punts in a row now after the opening drive by the Gold resulted in a punt. Blue has been the only score here, the All-Star Blue, the 37-yard field goal with the 6:25 mark to go. And that's where we stand. It'd be nice to see a little more offense here in the All-Star game. Sometimes there's always one of two things that I see in these All-Star games, Travis. Either it's a huge blowout score by both teams or it's a defensive battle. Here in this one, Banks, it's been a defensive battle.
Very defensive battle. Both of these teams coming out with pretty quick defenses, very speedy, not allowing any massive plays. We haven't seen any offensive players really break free.
Well, an empty backfield here for Ryan Gardner as he's got 5 out. Takes the snap, dances around the 38. Now he's going to tuck and run to the near side. He's being chased down, still on his feet across the 40, and he will finally be chased out of bounds. A great effort there, chasing him from behind. Randy Castillo, the defensive lineman from Eastview here in Georgetown, but that's enough for a first down on the keeper.
Probably one of the fastest Randy Castillo has run in his life. He looked like he was hustling and bustling out there.
1:12 to go. Blue leading 3-0. The ball now on the Gold 42-yard line here in this first half of play. Thanks for joining us from the Georgetown Independent School District Athletic Complex, Burkle-Bach Field, home of the Eastview Patriots and the Georgetown Eagles, on a beautiful evening for football here in Central Texas. When we started this broadcast, there was a few clouds around. The skies have really opened up now. Just a painting of white, beautiful clouds outside of us. A little trickeration action here and spinning around, but reading it beautifully said, "I don't think so," was none other than Gold once again making the play. Isaiah Davila coming down with a big-time tackle in the backfield. That's a huge loss all the way down to the 45-yard line. Goodness gracious. The price of gold is going up right now, Travis. It's a good time to invest in gold. 39 seconds to go. Blue has it. Second down and a long 23. Chase back on the screen, able to dump it down to his receiver. Crossing through on the outside, still on his feet. It's Malcolm Rogers, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It was indeed Malcolm Rogers.
And Rogers, boy, on that second and 23, he was almost able to pick up all of that yardage back. He's going to be short. It'll be third down and manageable now. Back into the gold territory on the 35-yard line. So just as soon as I said the price of gold is going up, well, now the blue rhinestone value is going up, Travis.
I was going to say invest in some cryptocurrency, but I don't know if that's wise right now.
Down here, Gardner's going to get it swatted down as he tries to throw. It is hard to get through those twin towers down there on that line for the gold. One of them coming across as we get a number there.
Looks like Mikey Ombres out of Rouse, a tight end / defensive end.
Yeah, Mikey Ombres, one of several Rouse players represented here. We talk about the schools that are represented in this all-star game. Rouse has got 3 or 4 players here, as I'm counting through the list. Boy, maybe 5 actually or more, Travis. 24 seconds to go here. Blue back with it. Gardner in shotgun. 2 receivers up top. 2 down. Has a back behind him. Throws to that back in the flat. Now chased down. Trying to spin through defenders. Back across the middle now to the outside. Dancing through as he goes across the 30 down to the 25. Still on his feet. And finally will be brought down just inside the 25-yard line. What a run on that play by Malcolm Rogers, yet again coming alive here in the final seconds of this first half of play.
First down, ball now spot at the 25-yard line. It's first down for the blue team, 9 seconds.
And they'll have potential for 2 more plays, depending on how long it takes for them to set up this first play.
The Gold is going to take their last timeout, so no timeouts remaining here in the ball game. As you can see on the video screen there, Blue leading 3-0, 9 seconds on. First down and 10, they'll have the ball on their own 25-yard line here in the second quarter of action. There's a few fans making their way here to Burkle-Bach this evening. Mickey getting some of them, little camera time there on the big screen. I don't know if anybody notices it. I've heard Georgetown, the rumor is they're going to get a new screen here pretty soon. It's a nice screen, but it's kind of hard to see. It's still nice, though. I appreciate Mickey down there with their fine camera work, getting the folks on. I don't think they realize they're on the screen.
Well, they should know.
The camera's
They should
right
always
on.
be prepared.
Yeah, the camera's right on them down there. So we appreciate all the folks coming out here as well, supporting their student athletes here and supporting FCA as well. Nice crowd here on a summer game on a Friday night. I would suspect easily a couple of hundred people made their way here to this ball game, Travis.
Oh, yeah, and you got to think, you see all these people wearing the shirts of the schools their children attended. I see some Hutto shirts down there, some Fredericksburg, some Georgetown, Eastview shirts, and people from all over the region able to come here. And, Georgetown's really not a bad drive to the Central Texas area.
When you coming out of Austin, was it too bad on a Friday?
You hit some traffic
Typical.
between Pflugerville and Round Rock, but
Here
not
was
too much.
7 seconds to go. Gardner flips through defenders, throws this one down at the feet. And with 2 seconds to go, his team will have one more chance here to try to strike gold, if you will, against the gold team.
That'll stop the clock with 2 seconds.
The clock has stopped. 2 seconds. Blue leading 3-0. Second down and 10, but really the yardage doesn't matter. They've got to put it in here. And we will see what Gardner has in store. Just got the play call on the sideline from his coach. Malcolm Rogers will be the back to his right. 2 receivers to either side. A little more wide out split here down on the near side. Stepping back, Gardner, scanning, diving through defenders. The buzzer goes 0. He's going to tuck and run here across the 15, and he'll be brought down by Brock Wells out of Taylor.
Carry to end the half.
Into the first half, Travis. Blue holding on to that 3-0 lead. As we quickly go over the easy and short scoring summary, we'll have stats here in a little bit from Galen Welnicki, of course.
Blue team on top.
Travis, we saw 4 possessions by either team, so a pretty well-rounded possession-wise. As we talk about the gold team, started out on their own 20. They resulted in a punt. The Blue was able to respond as that punt sailed to the 40-yard line. So the Blue started out on their own 40. A 37-yard field goal was good at the 6:25 mark. And then after that, it's been all punts. So not much of a scoring summary as we talk things over here, Travis. But it's been a good start here, though, for football fans. And this definitely is not an offensive battle. It's a defensive battle here this evening.
Yeah, again, a lot of these players, too, they graduated a week or 2 ago. And so for some of them, this will be their final organized football game in some way, shape, or form. So you got to think some of these players are, and leaving it all out there on the field, they're playing their hearts out. It definitely shows on defense. These defensive players have been just doing all it takes to prevent scoring. And like you said, Rob, just the only score a field goal about midway through the first quarter. That was about a 27-yard field goal by my count. So we'll see how these offenses change up their game plan at halftime, what these coaches talk to the players about, and see if we get some more scoring in the second half. If not, it's still been a very fun, fast-paced game to call.
Well, been a good one here. We'll talk things over with Greg Knight in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere, folks. The 2018 FCA All-Star Unity Bowl will continue on SHN Sports. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Well, Rob Hipp up here in the broadcast booth now with Greg Knight of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Greg, it's always an honor and a pleasure. We've talked to Steve Vittorini the past couple of years, so now you get to be up here, partner.
All right, it's great to be here. Thank you.
So, man, I got to tell you, the work that you guys do here at FCA is simply amazing. The relationship that we've developed with you all over the past 3 years has just been phenomenal. We're very thankful and humble for that. But, Greg, talk a little bit about what's been going on here in the FCA over the past year and just talk about this All-Star Unity Bowl. I know the name changed last year. It was the All-Star Classic, then last year changed to the Unity Bowl. Right. Tell us a little bit about what's going on and how excited you guys are to be up here yet again in Georgetown, my friend.
We're so excited. This being our third year to have this FCA All-Star game in Georgetown is fantastic. The first year we called it the Classic event because that was our very first one. And then we called it the Unity Bowl because we wanted to have that spirit of unity and talk about unity amongst all of our area.
Well, here at SHN Sports, Mike Capps also working with us at SHN, but he is also with you guys on the board, a guy that we talked about earlier who's been the voice of the Express for so many years, but not only the voice of the Express, but giving back to the community. Talk about how much the community has meant to the FCA and what you guys have done over the years.
Yes, and what you just mentioned there, tremendous board members that we have, Mike Capps, Scott Linebrink, Mark Baker, guys like that in the area. They're just pouring into the community, and we have, as you see, the number of sponsors that we have that are supporting the game tonight, but businesses in the area and school districts. We're just so blessed to be in this area.
Well, Greg, it's one thing in a time that we're in, you see a lot of organizations that aren't allowed into schools anymore, and not just from certain things, but it's exciting to see the FCA. You guys have worked so hard to develop a solid relationship with the schools. Talk about the relationship that you guys continue to have with the local school districts and what that's meant to the organization as well.
Yes, absolutely. We love being a student-led organization, and our students are actually the leaders, and obviously our coaches. They love to see us pouring in leadership skills to these kids, and we're talking about integrity, serving, excellence, teamwork. And all of our teachers, all of our coaches, they're all excited about us teaching those kind of things. And it's really, we say, that one of the last foot in the door ministries where we can openly talk about Christ on campus and talk about sharing Jesus on campus. They absolutely love it.
That's great stuff. And you guys are active with the – do you all participate with the See You at the Pole event that happens also?
We do
Awesome.
Participate with the See You at the Pole event. And we're so blessed to have 60 schools here in Williamson County. So we're serving all the middle schools and high schools all around Williamson County, even dipping down into Pflugerville, into Travis County. So we're just blessed.
Well, Greg, I got to tell you, you talk about 60 schools. We rewind 10 years ago, that number wouldn't be there. So it's the growth here in Williamson County has been unbelievable, and the presence that y'all have. Now, Greg, again, your official title, you've been with the FCA for a while now.
3 years now.
For 3 years.
Yes,
so talk about what your role is there and what you help make happen with the FCA.
Well, we all know the Lord is making it happen, but I have served Williamson County and I'm the area director for Williamson County. Now, we're bringing on new staff because obviously I can't get to all 60 schools. So we're bringing on Clayton Hill. Amanda Manis came on board. Haley Christian is coming on board with us so we can reach out and support all of those schools. And, before this, I worked at Dell in the high-tech business, and now I get to do the job I really love. It's like this should be my first job. I love it.
It's funny you mention that because I've had an IT company for 14 years, but sometimes we say our calling is our passion, but our career is just what we do.
That's right.
And I really feel like the Lord is blessing a lot of folks, and you especially, and the work that y'all are doing with the FCA, able to impact the kids, and just an amazing opportunity for the kids to not only develop their relationship with Christ, but also to come together to unite when an event such as this.
And just look at this event think about all the churches that had to come together to make this happen. Host home families. So many of these kids that are staying living outside of Georgetown, they're coming in to stay here with us, and we have church homes for them to come and stay with, and just people loving on these kids.
Well, Greg, before we let you go here, we'll rewind just a little bit. Talk to us about how this All-Star game got started, how the selection process works, and what was the week like leading up to this event tonight?
Yeah. Well, think about this. So last year, right after the game, the game was in June. We started planning for this game in August. So we've been planning since August. We selected the coaches, and coaches love to come and coach in this game. And then we had players nominated. That happened in the December time frame. We had a draft where we had 200 nominations.
Wow.
For this game. We had an official NFL draft style to nominate down to 90 players, and then the kids started then we started planning and doing ad sales and things like that for the week, and then the kids showed up this week, Tuesday through Friday.
And leading up to that, there was a camp that they went through. Is that correct? Some different things that they do. How does that process
Well,
work?
that camp, we call this a camp because it really is. It's like an FCA camp. They show up on Tuesday night, and then on Wednesday and Thursday, we minister to the community. We're going out to Big, as we talked about, and had the kids out here for the halftime, or for the coin toss at the very beginning. So we went out to Big and supported that community, and then we did the youth clinic. So we want these football players learning how to serve others,
Awesome.
and they were doing that during the week.
I think the leadership through the coaches, through the communities, and then you guys providing a very valuable asset to what's going on here. Just tremendous job, and as always, we appreciate you and Steve and all the fine folks at the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. I always say final question, but in interviews, we just keep
yes,
going, partner.
that's
I
all
got
right.
one
Yeah,
last
yeah.
question
Yes,
now. For the
yes.
folks out there that are asking, they may want to know, how can I get involved in the FCA? What can I do? Especially here in Georgetown. This is
Sure.
the #1 town in America to retire, man. So you better believe
This is a great one.
there's some
Yes.
folks that may want to help out. So for those
Yeah.
out there that are watching, either live or going back to this, finding this on YouTube, of course, it'll be archived forever. Talk about how the folks out there that are listening can get involved in the
Yes.
Fellowship of Christian
that's
Athletes.
great. That's a great question, and we need more and more volunteers all the time. So the best way to go out and connect is get out on our website, fcaaustin.org. Go out there and you can see exactly what's going on in the ministries. But they can email me directly at gknight@fca.org as well, and we'll find a place to plug them in, because we need more and more businesses, and we know we have strong Christian leaders in the community that just want to plug in and serve, and come and serve at an event like this.
Awesome. Well, Greg, as always, we appreciate you, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
As I always say, man, it's just a true honor and privilege and a blessing for us to be here. We're just honored and pleased with what the good Lord is doing here, and the faith in Christ that the folks have, and the kids here, just simply phenomenal. We couldn't do it without him.
Oh, yes.
So we appreciate you,
Well,
partner.
and thank you. I want to say thank you to SHN and what
appreciate
you guys do, and the partnership that we have. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Well, this year we were blessed, man. I called up the guys. Last year was just Travis and I.
Yeah.
So I called up some more of our crew. We're blessed to have about 25 folks now associated with us that help on any given night. So I started calling some of the other crews and said, "Can you guys come out tonight?" Travis said, "Man, I'll be there." He was already in the car when I called. He said, "I'm already on the way. I know it's happening." Right, Travis? He's laughing. But Travis knew he would come back. Nathan's joined us. But this year, last year we only had one camera. This year we brought 3 of them up here for you guys. So,
Awesome. This
so
is
we'll have,
so
have
great.
some action
I'll
for
say
y'all.
many of the kids were asking during the week, "Hey, is this going to be on live stream? Is this going to be broadcast?" But yes, SHN Sports.
Awesome,
Get out
man.
there. So
Well,
thank
Greg,
you.
again, we appreciate you. God bless you, brother.
Yeah,
It means
God
a lot
bless
to us
you.
having you guys.
Thank
and
you.
thank y'all for what y'all do in the community and with the kids.
Thank you.
Once again, Greg Knight with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. You can check them out online, fcaaustin.org. Nathan, we'll flip it back over to the beautiful flags that are blowing here tonight. Greg, thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
We'll step aside, take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. SHN Sports coverage of the 2018 FCA Unity Bowl here on SHN Sports. We'll continue in just a few moments.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we would like to direct your attention to the video board as we play our video highlights from last year's game.
Jack, Jacob, come here.
To show them firsthand Christ's love. To experience family, friendship, brotherhood.
opportunity to listen and learn, to be inspired, to be instructed, to be invited. The game is the vehicle. The vehicle to build character, to teach integrity, service, teamwork, and excellence. A vehicle to share the good news. This is what we're called to. This is what drives us. This is the FCA All-Star Unity Bowl.
Welcome back to the FCA All-Star Unity Bowl. Rob Hipp alongside Travis Banks. Just about to get underway here. The gold will be kicking off to the blue from right to left. And we are underway here for the second half of action. The blue team lead. They'll take the ball, start things off from the 4-yard line on the feet. And he dropped around the 12-yard line. A good return there. Travis, after the ball was back to around the 1, he was able to bring that one out in the head.
That's right, and we were talking before the half about how it's been a really defensive game so far, and it'll be interesting to see the adjustments that these coaching staffs made to both of the offensive sides, because we've seen a lot of good QB scrambles and such from Ryan Gardner here on the blue team. But outside of that, nobody has really stood out from the pack.
Well, as we quickly look over the first half stats here, the gold team, 18 rushes for 10 yards. So a loss of yardage on that for the gold team. The blue team, 17 attempts for 73 yards. Passing, 51 yards for the gold team, 56 for the black team. 4 and 6 for the gold team, 5 and 10. No interceptions thrown there. The total plays, 24 for 61 yards for the gold. The blue has clearly had the offensive power, though, 27 for 129. 1 fumbles, none of those lost. No penalties for the gold team. 1 penalty for 5 yards for the blue. There's been 3 punts for the gold, 2 for the blue. Rushing for the gold team, Goodwin, 9 rushes for 22 yards. Gardner, the quarterback for the blue team on all those keepers, Travis, 10 attempts for 53 yards. Passing for the gold, 4 of 6, 51. Gardner, 5 of 10 for 58. And receiving, Rogers, 2 for 20. It's really been a defensive battle, but if you look at the offensive end, Travis, the blue team has had the upper hand, but they just haven't been able to capitalize here. 3rd down and 5 we are, under 11 minutes. Blue team leads. They have the ball on their own 18-yard line, Travis.
Indeed, and this is a big 3rd down here for the blue team because they have the only points of the game, but they have not scored in almost 2 quarters.
Handoff here, trying to take it up the middle in between the hash marks. Only a pickup of about 2 there. Gardner actually on the keeper. It'll be 4th down and a short 1. We should see the blue team punt for it. They may go for it here, though. Even though they're way back in their own territory, they've been able to convert these quite a bit this afternoon.
Yeah, they have Levi Russo-Bell, who earlier in the game converted a 4th down and 1 because he's a defensive end. He's built like a linebacker, built like a defensive player. They used him as a fullback, and he barreled his way in for a 3-yard gain and a 1st down earlier.
Blue will punt this one away here, and it will take a roll into gold territory, just inside the 40-yard line. So a drive that started out on their own 12, another punt, and the gold will have an opportunity here starting out on their own 38-yard line. They'll move from right to left, Travis. Hey, had a great interview there with Greg Knight from the FCA during the halftime. You know, the past 2 years we've had Steve Vittorini, so it was pretty cool to have a new guy up here and talk a little bit with Greg and what he's been doing, man.
Yeah, it's always interesting to interview these people because you get different stories each and every time. And all these different people, they're doing these things for a variety of reasons, and it's always great to hear why they're doing these things, why they want to help these kids out.
Gold quarterback will step back, throws this one in and out of the reach, too high. The intended receiver, Trevion McNeil, the wide receiver on offense, quarterback defense for Gonzales High School.
Just an overthrown pass. Orison is, he's completed a couple of passes tonight, but he hasn't really been able to get his footing down and really make that explosive throw we all know that he can make.
Appreciate Mickey Holden down there operating field camera for us as we're bringing you multiple camera angles here, this FCA All-Star Classic, Unity Bowl. Second down and 10. Stepping back, throws over to the left side, McNeil, and again incomplete. So 2 passes to McNeil, both of them incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Their own 38-yard line, 9:52. The Gold trails 3-0.
It looked to me like that was the exact same play that they ran beforehand, and it was for the second time in a row a miss.
3rd down and 10. Stepping back is Kelby Cox, the quarterback. Throws this one and has his man. Wow, what a play by Kelby Cox. He throws that one to the far side. Into the hands of Marcus Maldonado, the wide receiver from Eastview in Georgetown. On a 3rd down and long, able to pick up a deep first down, Travis, into blue territory. It's been the first sign of life for the Gold team this afternoon.
And the longest play of the evening for either team.
1st down and 10, now on the blue 35. As Cox steps back, throws right hand, almost intercepted. And boy, he wishes that he would have had that one as it goes right through the hands there, Travis.
Alexis Lobania of Del Valley was the defensive player who nearly got that interception. And that was just, a poor decision by Kelby Cox throwing it into double coverage there.
2nd down and 10, 9:36 to go, 3rd quarter. Gold with the ball, threatening here in blue territory. As Cox steps back, throws this one, heaves it up, gets the air behind it, out of the reach of his intended receiver, all the way down in the end zone in that corner.
I almost think Cox's hand let go of that ball about a split second before he wanted it to, because it looked like he could have gotten a little bit more spin on that ball, but just couldn't get it there for whatever reason. That's why it ended up falling incomplete.
Yeah, it was into the hands, the intended receiver, Maldonado. And not into the hands. It was out of the hands of the quarterback and just led him by about 2 feet. No opportunity there to make the play. 3rd down and a long 10 on the blue 35. Cox stepping back, twinkle toes, dances to the outside. Scanning the field, heaves this one up, and almost a little improv play to his receiver there on the near side. That would have been a 1st down, but not it'll come down with it. It'll be 4th down and look for the Gold. They may go for it here, Travis, as they're in no man's land.
Yeah, he was trying to make something out of nothing there, try to attempt a quick screen pass, but had to overthrow the ball because he had about 4 defenders in his face, and Cox just ultimately could not get the necessary footwork, couldn't get his feet laid down properly.
Yeah, they'll go for a field goal attempt, and my goodness, from 35, you add 17 to that game?
Add 17.
52-yard field goal, and they're going to rethink things here. They heard Galen up here. Galen said, wait a minute, guys. The legend of Georgetown, Galen Welnicki, back with us. Galen, good to have you, buddy.
Georgetown Health Foundation, Light Touch, Pulte.
There's a camera there showing the fans here at Georgetown High School making their way out to support their favorite athletes.
SEC Planning, NAVCON Group are all proud sponsors of the 2008 FCA All-Star Game.
Again, Travis, I don't think many people realize when they're on the camera. There they go. Now they see it. There they go. It takes a while sometimes.
Now they're going to get excited. There we go.
Awesome stuff down there. Appreciate the fans making their way out and supporting these student athletes here at this 2018 FCA All-Star Unity Bowl. .9:21 to go, 4th and 10, a 52-yard field goal attempt. The kicker out there trying to see who that is. On the Gold team, that may be Jacob Zapata. Zapata's known. He's got a foot on him. Zapata here with the 52-yarder, and it was no good.
That fell about 2, maybe 3 yards short, so not a complete total miss, but man, Gold team's got to get something going here. I know 9:15 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. They've still got a lot of football left to play, but that's got to be a momentum killer. All the momentum they made from those great offensive passes to Marcus Maldonado, essentially going 3 and out after that, and missing a 52-yard field goal. Their defense has to step up here, because now the blue team, I should say, is pretty much licking their chops when you think about it. They've got all the momentum in the game right now.
Starting from their own 35, 9:15 to go. Blue back with the ball. They'll go from left to right, leading 3-0 here in the third quarter. Stepping back, throws up over the middle, has his man, has the first down and more into goal territory. A beautiful catch there as that one sails right into the hands of Tajik Bartholomew from Austin Lanier.
Bartholomew was able to get wide open in between two defenders. The quarterback Gardner saw it, completed a perfect pass. Bartholomew did have to jump up a little bit, but he made the catch, made sure he was going to secure that football before he went down, and all of that resulted in an excellent first down.
Handoff here to the back, only gaining 1 to the 39-yard line. It'll be second down and a long 9, and with 8:35 to go here in the third quarter. On the run there was Malcolm Rogers. We've called his name quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, that's always how you want to follow up a big pass play is with a run play, because the defense is going to expect the pass after giving up a big pass play. So you try to fool them and run and run play.
Here on second down and 9, incomplete pass. Tried to throw it to the near side. Incomplete to Malcolm Rogers. So back-to-back plays there. Rogers on the run, then on the pass reception. No good. Incomplete brings up third down and long.
Yeah, they just try to go for a swing pass there, but ultimately the running back just couldn't get his hands secured. Malcolm Rogers, and he was a little frustrated. He put his hands over his head, and you can tell he wants that one back.
Second down, actually third down and 9 here. Pass over to the far side, receiver up and over his head there, looking for a flag and not able to get it there. The intended receiver on the play, Travis, I believe, was Travis Gardner out of Taylor.
Yeah, Travis Gardner wants that flag, but he's not going to get it because neither of the receivers or the defenders were looking at the ball. They were kind of tangled up in each other, but they both had their backs to the ball. And unless one of the players is looking at the ball and the other one isn't, the referees are not going to call the pass interference there.
Well, here on fourth down and 9, they're going to go for it. Stepping back up over the middle, has his man and has the first down. Wow, what a play on fourth down and 9, right into the hands of Drew Valeska from Giddings, getting his blue team the first down. More importantly, Travis, keeping the drive alive.
It was just a quick slant route in zone coverage, went right up over the middle, and quick enough to get that first down. What an excellent play call there.
7:37 to go. Blue on a fourth down and 9, able to convert here and keep the drive alive, leading 3-0. Gardner here, dancing around. He'll be sacked in the backfield for a loss. That was a nice ankle tackle on the play by the Gold team. Great job there. I believe that was number 58, Isaiah Davila, the linebacker from Aikens High School.
It was indeed the big linebacker, and he didn't immediately get the sack, but he caused Gardner to kind of stumble over his own feet and get tripped up, and they're going to credit him with that sack.
6:57 to go. Gardner steps back, has a lot of time, throws up over the middle. And boy, a lick there will cause an incomplete pass. Great defense on the play there by the Gold team. It was Isaiah Poston, and Poston from Rouse says, boy, I'm posterizing you, man. Wow, what a hit there. That could have been a very catchable pass. Instead, it's going to bring up third down and 15 now. The ball resting on the 30-yard line. 6:50 to go, third quarter. Blue with the lead. And driving here. Trying to keep this series of downs alive. They capitalized on a 4th and 9 moments ago. This time the pressure on the quarterback, able to deliver. Drops it off on the near side around the G logo, around the 20. Inside the 20-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down and manageable. A great pickup there. And we'll call it about 12 yards or so. It'll be 4th down and 4.
That was a delayed screen to the running back Malcolm Rogers, and Malcolm Rogers spent so much time trying to evade tacklers that I think he probably could have gotten that first down had he just continued to run in a straight line.
It is 4th down and 4. Gardner and the Blue All-Stars will go for it here. One back behind him. Gardner, a little flip and dipperooski to the near side. Now bouncing around. Still spinning forward. Close to the first down, and he has it. What a play by the Blue team.
Are they going to give him the first down?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The one line judge nearest to us on the press box, he was about a yard away from the line of scrimmage. But
Beautiful
the first
play
down line-
there. Travis to Ryland Robinson. Little flipperooski.
Little alliteration there in the name, too.
Little flipperooski. First down and 10. Once again on 4th down, able to capitalize. Spinning around here and throwing him down for the sack. That time Ryan Gardner nowhere to go. A host of gold helmets coming up on that play. It was led once again by number 58, Travis. I believe that was Isaiah Davila.
Isaiah Davila, yeah. Second sack this drive for Davila. So great job, great defensive effort. They just needed that effort on that one of those first down plays. The gold team would be in a lot better shape then. And on 2nd down and 20, Gardner can't find an open man. He decides to scramble off to the right side and is pushed out of bounds. Gains a couple of yards, about 9 on that play. Makes it just shy of the original line of scrimmage. That'll stop the clock and bring up 3rd down and long. 3rd down and 12 to be exact. The ball is on the 15-yard line now.
Well, Gardner's been the leading man on the offensive end for this Blue team here with 4:51 to go. Leading 3-0. 3rd down and 12 upcoming here in the 3rd quarter. Gardner all alone in the backfield. Takes the low snap. On the near side, hash mark, throws it, has his man, and has the touchdown. A second effort there by the Blue team as he was initially bumped at the line. Able to work his way out. Vincent Campos with a 15-yard touchdown strike from the delivery of Gardner.
And just for whatever reason, the defenders had him at about the 2-yard line, and they both ran into him, couldn't bring him down, and Campos just held onto the ball and literally waltzed into the end zone. I think he was a little bit surprised he still had the ball. He was still standing on his own 2 feet as well. But again, I don't think those defenders were aiming to make a vicious hit on him. They don't want to hurt anybody out there. But either way, a great throw, a great pass, a great catch, and a great touchdown for the Blue team.
Extra point, a kick is up, and it is good. And the Blue team now with a commanding cushion, 10-0, 4:42 to go, 3rd quarter. We'll step aside and take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, folks. The 2018 FCA All-Star Unity Bowl on SHN Sports will continue in just a few moments. Welcome back in action here at Georgetown High School at the Georgetown Independent School District Athletic Complex. Rob Hipp alongside Travis Banks. Travis, I'll send it over to you for this series, my man.
All right. Thank you, Rob. Blue team kicking the ball off and back deep to receive. Actually, it's going to be taken by one of the up men who takes it at about the 15-yard line, rushes up to about the 20, and runs from the left side of the field to the right side. A vicious hit. That is Isaiah Poston who took that hit, but it does draw a flag. And we'll wait to see what the referees are going to call this penalty for.
Block in the back. Goal number 2. Going to be half the distance.
Block in the back is going to be called on the gold team's Joe Goodwin, so that will draw a penalty half the distance to the goal and a serious setback to the gold team that is looking to recover from trailing 10-0, giving up their first touchdown of the game to the blue team on the last drive. We should see the return to action of the gold team's second quarterback tonight, Kelby Cox, out of Blanco. Or is it Blanco now? Blanco. I'm trying to get fancy with my pronunciations. So 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Shotgun formation. It's going to be a handoff to Joe Goodwin. And Joe Goodwin rushes to the right side of the field. Makes it past the right hash marks. Can't get anywhere going north to south, however. That might have been a loss of 1 yard.
No gain on the play.
And they're going to rule it no gain.
Credited with the tackle.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 13-yard line. Gold team comes out in shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. There is a tight end in at the line. And Cox has a man downfield, and that pass is intercepted by the blue team. Brett Harris, the defensive back, saw that the ball was being thrown into double coverage. He was behind the wide receiver, or he was in front of the wide receiver, I should say. The wide receiver could not get behind the coverage, and Harris just able to get right up in there and make an easy interception. Rolls down, and just like that, the first turnover of the night. The blue team will take possession of the ball at the 40-yard line, at the gold team 40-yard line. So they'll have some really good field position as they look to score a touchdown for the second time this evening, up 10-0 with 3:47 remaining in the third quarter. Back in at quarterback for the blue team is Ryan Gardner. He's got a running back on either side, 2 receivers to the right in the shotgun formation. Gardner drops back, and he's under pressure, and he throws an interception as well. Threw it right to the gold team defender. Making that interception for the gold team was number 28, Hagan Knapp, a linebacker out of Hutto. And just like that, we go from having no turnovers the entire evening to having 1 turnover by each side in back-to-back plays. And now the gold team will get the ball back after 1 play. Ryan Gardner was just under pressure from the get-go. He rolled out to the right side and decided to get rid of the ball, thought he had a man, but instead he threw it directly to a white jersey with a gold helmet and gold pants. And Hagan Knapp gets the gold team back in business. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. Kelby Cox in at quarterback for the gold team. 3 receivers to his right, 1 running back to the left in the shotgun formation. Cox drops back, rolls out to the right side. He's got some room to run. He's being chased down by a defender. He makes it about halfway to the first down marker. So that'll be a gain of 5, maybe 6 yards as Cox rushes out of bounds. And they say officially it was a 4-yard gain, so this will bring up 2nd down and 6 from the 47-yard line. And for the gold team, they desperately need to get across this 50-yard line here. Kelby Cox on 2nd down, shotgun formation, 2 receivers on each side. sends a man in motion from right to left, and he's going to hand it off on a sweep to that wide receiver he's sent in motion. Wide receiver has a great hole, crosses the 50-yard line, and is brought down about 2 yards shy of the first down marker. That's a gain of about 4 yards. And Levi Russo-Bell of Cedar Park making the tackle for the blue team. I'll try to figure out who was the ball carrier on that play, which of those wide receivers it was. And it was number 4, the player we do not have on our roster. I believe Rob got his name. We'll ask Rob when he gets back here. 3rd down and 1 here. And Kelby Cox, almost a miscommunication, hits a quarterback keeper, and out of the shotgun formation, Cox rolls out to the left side. Can't break the edge. Or does he? No. They're going to give him the first down. They're moving the chains. I didn't think Cox had that from my vantage point. I thought he got knocked down about a yard or 2 short, but the referees are going to rule he crossed the first down line, and the gold team lives to fight another drive here. Clock continues to run, 2:23 and counting in the third quarter. Blue team leads it 10-0. Gold team looking to score for the first time this evening, and they come out in a pistol formation this time. Kelby Cox sends a running back from right to left. 2 receivers on the right side, and Kelby Cox fakes a handoff, keeps the ball, runs up the middle himself. He makes it back to the original line of scrimmage. I don't think he got a single positive yard on that play. Actually, the referees say he did, so a 1-yard gain on that keeper brings up 2nd down and 1 from the 46-yard line. And we are under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Second down and 9. Kelby Cox in shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the right side, running back to the right side. Cox takes the snap, drops back. He's got a man over the middle. It is caught for a first down and a whole lot more. Great catch, and making that catch was number 15, Marcus Maldonado, one of the favorite targets of Kelby Cox here in the second half. That's another first down for Marcus Maldonado and Kelby Cox, that connection. Makes it to the 30-yard line, so a gain of about 16 on that play. Brings up 1st and 10 with a minute to go here in the third quarter. Kelby Cox in the shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the left side. The running back to the right. Cox drops back, and he has a man again. Throws it over the middle towards the left side. That pass falls incomplete as the wide receiver was taken off of his route by the defenders, and that receiver is down. And he looks to be rolling around in a lot of pain. He's taking his helmet off, and they're going to send for the trainers. We'll keep it right here momentarily as the clock stops with 52 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. I'm Travis Banks. Rob Hipp is here as well. You've heard his voice throughout the evening. We thank you for joining us on behalf of SHN Sports. And we'll give a shout-out to Nathan Height working the camera tonight. Galen Welnicki is keeping track of stats for us this evening. And we've got 2 additional camera operators up here we'll give a shout-out to as well. And trainers are working on that injured player. He's up and walking off the field on his own power, on his own feet. So that's always very good to see. And in a great show of sportsmanship, the blue team players are going to give him some high fives, some fist bumps, and that's just one of the great things about this FCA Unity Bowl is that you see a lot more sportsmanship than you're used to seeing in a regular high school district game in October. So with that player removed, that makes it 2nd down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Kelby Cox comes out in the shotgun formation, 2 receivers on each side. He drops back, and he throws. It's the exact same play. Throws into double coverage. That ball sails over the heads of everybody. I believe the intended receiver on that play was Trevion McNeil. So that falls incomplete for the second time in a row. I believe that was the exact same play that they ran earlier when that wide receiver got injured. So that brings up 3rd down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Clock is stopped with 47 seconds to go here. Kelby Cox has been looking deep these past 2 plays. And the Gold team needs something. If they can't convert a first down here, they at least need to get a field goal, and that would be a very long field goal as Cox rolls out to the right side from the shotgun formation, throws a wobbly pass to the right side, falls incomplete. Again, a little overthrown. The intended receiver couldn't get anywhere near. I believe that pass was intended for Marcus Maldonado. But the blue team defense stands, and it brings up a 4th down, so now a tough decision here. Do you kick it? It would be about a 47-yard field goal attempt. They attempted about a 52-yarder earlier in the game, and it fell just short, so you got to think the kicker would have the leg to convert this 47-yard attempt, but no. Gold team is going to go for it. Trips to the left, shotgun formation. Kelby Cox at center. Drops back, and he's under pressure. He rolls out to the right side. A flag is thrown, and it is on the play. And Kelby Cox able to get a throw off just at the line of scrimmage. The pass is caught and pulled in. The referees rule it completed. I believe that was Marcus Maldonado again. That would be a first down, but let's wait to see what this flag is all about.
Yeah, Travis, I was going to say it's going to be unfortunate there for the quarterback because he threw a dagger right down, but this one may be coming back.
That's what I thought. He had the tip of his right foot looked like it was past the line of scrimmage.
First down.
So that's a penalty on the defense, and the Gold team will decline that penalty, so that will be a first down. And this is the closest to scoring range that the Gold team has been in all night with 27 seconds to go and counting here. Blue team still leading 10-0. We should see one more play to run out this third quarter. Bit of a pistol formation for the Gold team. Kelby Cox fakes a handoff, keeps the ball himself, rolls out to the left side, can't break the edge. He does get inside the 5-yard line. And that should do it for the third quarter. We've still got a couple of seconds left here. And that will officially do it for the third quarter. When we return, the Gold team is knocking on scoring range's door. And they look to get on the board for the first time tonight with 12 minutes remaining here in the FCA Unity Bowl. We're going to take a brief commercial break. Stay tuned. We'll have more action just after this. And welcome back here to Georgetown, Texas, the Birkelbach Field, where at the start of the fourth quarter, the blue team is leading the gold team 10-0 here at the FCA Unity Bowl 2018. This is the third annual FCA Unity Bowl. I'm Travis Banks alongside Rob Hipp. We're here with SHN Sports. We thank you very much for spending your Friday evening here with us, this very warm, humid Friday evening. A little bit of rain earlier, at least on the west side of Austin. If you're in the central Texas area, there's a whole lot of rain in San Antonio. I believe that is what is coming towards our way over the weekend and into next week, some sort of storm like that. And gold team, second down and goal from the 4-yard line here. Kelby Cox takes the ball, takes the snap, and rolls out to the left side. He's got a man in the end zone, makes a pass, and it is caught for the touchdown. The Gold team gets on the board for the first time.
Touchdown goal.
A beautiful execution and pass there to Trevion McNeil from Gonzalez. We've called his name several times tonight. How many yards was that?
That was a 4-yard
4
pass. Yeah. It is second and goal from the 4-yard line, and that's 6 points for the Gold team, their first score of the evening. And if they can convert this PAT, they'll only be down a field goal. And you got to think they're going to be kicking themselves for missing that 50-something yarder earlier in the game. PAT attempt is up, and it is good. So with 11:53 remaining here in the ball game, the blue team leads the Gold team 10-7 here in the FCA Unity Bowl in Georgetown, Texas. Again, we thank you very much for spending your Friday evening with us here at SHN Sports. I'm Travis Banks alongside Rob Hipp. Nathan Hyde is working the camera. Galen Welnicki taking care of stats for us. And we've got 2 additional camera operators on. We've got one in the stands and one up in the booth. Rob, give a shout out to the other 2 camera operators. I keep forgetting their names.
Yeah, Russell Dowden and Mickey Holden. Russell, the owner of Texas Sports Monthly publication, and Mickey Holden does fantastic work for our Leander Lions football crew there with Chuck Cracy. We're excited about this upcoming football season, Travis. Appreciate your dedication over the years as well. We hope to bring Eastview back on this year for a 4th straight year. Georgetown now going into the 4th year here on SHN Sports. Also the Gerald Cougars on their 3rd season. So we're really excited about the opportunities that we're able to bring here to high school athletes. Carl and I can't let the cat out of the bag, but we've got a pretty awesome thing that will be rolling out hopefully in time for fall football that we're very excited about. It is going to open a lot of doors for a lot of schools, not only here in Central Texas, but really something across the nation that we're working on. Very excited about that and the partnerships that we are developing. Really, man, it all comes down to the culture, and it all comes down to you guys, Travis. As I've always said, we're blessed with the best here at SHN, and to be honest, man, we couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you for being here, Travis, as well as Nathan, Galen, Mickey, and Russell as well. Thank you guys so much, man.
Oh, the pleasure's all ours. You know, we've had some great tutors along the way. Carl's father, Bill Schoenig of the San Antonio Spurs, one of his proteges just got hired by Texas A&M to succeed Dave South and commentating all of their athletic.
That's right, Kit McConaughey with Fox Sports Southwest. Kit, I say Kit McConaughey. That's totally wrong. It's not Kit McConaughey. It's Andrew McConaughey.
That's right.
Kit McConaughey has done a lot with Southwestern University, but Andrew Monaco, we're excited about what he's going to do. Dave South, a legend there since 1985. So, you know, a year after I was born, he came on. But Andrew Monaco is going to do just a great job for everything. Travis, as we get back into action here, 11:46. Thanks for calling the last part of that 3rd quarter. I'll hop back in the saddle here for a little bit and then may transition it to you as long as the voice can hold up here. 10-7 your score. Blue leading, still proceeding by 3, 10-7, 11:46 to go. Blue All-Stars with the ball. They've got it on their own 21. The delayed handoff immediately sacked on the play. That Gold team defense is continuing their work here tonight, Travis.
Exactly, and this is a big drive for this Gold team defense, because if they can hold the blue team to a punt and they can get back on the field, they have a lot of momentum and they can probably get the lead.
Well, the 3rd quarter stats coming in through the 3rd quarter. Through the 3rd quarter, Gold team, man, they are still struggling rushing tonight. 24 attempts, only 23 yards. The blue team, 25 attempts for 89 yards. Passing 139 to 123. The Gold leads that. 7 of 18. 1 pick for the Gold. And 1 pick also for the blue. Total plays, 42 for 182 yards, 192 yards, I believe, for the blue team. So pretty even now on the yardage. But it's been the running game of one team and the passing of the other here.
Exactly.
3rd down we are here right now. The blue team struggling, though, here on their opening drive of the 4th quarter. 3rd down and a long 13. This drive started on their own 21. They're back to the 18. Quarterback in motion here, diving through defenders, finds his man on the outside, across now the 30, down to the 35, still on his feet, coming down near the 40-yard line. What a play. The little yakety-yak yards after the catch, able to make something out of nothing and gets the 1st down for his team. That's the way to move the chains, T-Banks.
Ryan Gardner has just been a phenomenal quarterback this entire game. He's been able to run the ball when there's nobody open downfield, And he's been able to extend so many of these plays. He's given a great opportunity for this blue team. That shows why they're in the lead so far tonight.
It's been the same quarterback all night for the blue team. Ryan Gardner out of Taylor High School, home of the Ducks. A lot of great things going on in Taylor, Texas. They've got the Williamson County Expo Center out there. They've had it for a few years. A lot of exciting things. This whole area is growing, Travis.
You know, when we were covering the Georgetown Lady basketball team earlier this year, back in February, Matt Leishman and I had to drive by Taylor High School. It's been a while since I've been out that way, and that new stadium they built is it's a piece of art. Kind of reminded me of the Oregon Ducks Stadium all the way up in Eugene.
On first down and 10, the handoff to the back as he's trying to dart through defenders, and he will finally be swarmed down by a pot of gold. A loss on the play. What was first down and 10 from the 38. Rogers will lose about 4 down to the 35.
Now, Malcolm was in the middle of a bit of a defensive cupcake there. Just had nowhere to go, and the goal team defense able to sniff out where he was going to go.
9:54 to go here in the ball game. The Blue All-Stars leading 10-7. They've got the ball. Gardner and company. Quarterback from Taylor. 2 receivers up. He's got one little Lone Ranger all down to himself on the left. Gardner steps back, punt fakes, throws up. Way overthrows his man. The intended receiver on that play as he tried to cross back over the middle was Travis Gardner, his brother. Little brotherly love down there, but couldn't connect.
No pass interference there as they were both looking at the ball. Referee was right there in plain sight. It was a clean play, so don't look for a flag.
9:38, the clock is stopped. Third down and a long 13. The ball resting on the 35 here in the fourth quarter. The Blue lead 10-7, trying to keep this drive alive. They don't want to allow the goal to get back into this one. They only trail by 3. Here, the pass in the flat over to the far side, into the hands of, I believe that was number 1, LaRon Abels. That is the homeschool player. And as we look through this, Travis, he is the only homeschool player in this All-Star class, All-Star Unity Bowl.
Well, there was another good football player that was homeschooled. He went by the name of Tim Tebow, and he did some pretty great things in college football. So if you can live your life half as good as Tim Tebow, as I assume Laren Abels is trying to do, then you'll lead a pretty good life, and you'll inspire a lot of people.
Punt on fourth down and 13. The ball will sell. The Gold will take over on downs now. We're after the punt on the 22-yard line. Travis, I'll send it back over to you for the Gold possession.
All right, thank you. Look forward to seeing what the Gold team can come up with as they scored on their last drive, their first score of the game. They only trail by 3 points now, as they have for a majority of the game. And they've got 8 minutes, 52 seconds to work with here, so if they need to, they can have a slow, methodical drive if things start working for them on the ground. But you got to think that we're going to see a lot more of this Kelby Cox to Trevion McNeil or Marcus Maldonado connections. First and 10, Kelby Cox out of the shotgun formation, hands the ball off to his running back, who runs to the left side, gets an edge, and is able to make it to the 30-yard line before being brought down. That is a gain of about 6-7 yards.
7-yard gain.
And we'll bring up a second down and 4. And my apologies, there might have been a change at quarterback with Clay Orison coming back in. He started the first half for the Gold team. Shotgun formation, trips to the right. And that is indeed Orison. He drops back, rolls out to the left, and throws. Ball is nearly intercepted by the Blue team. And it looks like Orison was going to thread the needle, overthrow that linebacker. Could not do so. That brings up third down and 3 from the 30-yard line. Clock will stop with 8:06 remaining here in the ball game. Clay Orison making his return to the quarterback position out of St. Dominic Savio. And he's got a teammate on the Gold team as well, Johnny McNaughton, a wide receiver and a safety. So shotgun formation sends a man in motion from right to left. A flag is thrown almost instantly as soon as the ball is snapped. And it's a fake handoff to the running back. The running back runs up the middle.
Goodwin with carry out of the backfield.
Joe Goodwin, to be precise. I don't think he made it to the first down marker, but we'll see what this flag is all about here.
Offside, blue number 89. 5-yard penalty.
It's an offsides on the defense, a 5-yard penalty, and because it was 3rd down and 3, that will be a first down for the Gold team.
First down.
So not exactly how the blue team defense wanted that play to go. Gold team all of a sudden, they're at the 35-yard line, and they've got a 1st and 10. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers on each side. Orson throws the ball. He's got a man, makes the catch on the left sideline, and is brought down after about a 5-yard gain.
Pass caught on the far side by Isaiah Poston.
It's Isaiah Poston making the catch there.
Poston with 5-yard reception.
And that is a 5-yard gain officially. It makes it to the 40-yard line and makes it 2nd down and 5. 7.5 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Shotgun formation yet again. Orson throws a quick screen pass to the right side. That ball falls incomplete. The intended receiver on that play was number 88, Cabot Booth out of Faith Academy. He's listed as a tight end and an offensive linebacker. Or outside linebacker, excuse me. Offensive linebacker. Getting my words confused up here. That brings up 3rd and 5. And a big 3rd down here for the Gold team. Ball is snapped, shotgun formation. Orson tries to avoid some tackles, but he ultimately cannot, and he's brought down at the original line of scrimmage. However, a flag is thrown at the 40-yard line, so we'll wait to see what that's about. That might have been holding, but let's wait and see.
Illegal defense, blue number 88. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
An illegal defensive move called on Levi Russo-Bell, who has been the star of this blue team defense when you think about it tonight, but he was not the star on that play as his penalty gives the Gold team their 2nd first down of this drive, and it's the 2nd first down in a row caused by a blue team penalty. Clock is stopped with 7:09 remaining here in the ball game. That will advance the Gold team to the 45-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Blue team leading 10-7. Over the Gold team. Gold team is on offense. They'll come out on the shotgun formation yet again. They've got 2 receivers on each side of Orson, the quarterback. Joe Goodwin is the running back. He's on Orson's right side. We'll await the referees to set the ball up. And they are winding the clock now. Orson in the shotgun formation. Snaps the ball, drops back, rolls out to the left side. He's looking for a man. He has one. Overthrows the intended receiver at the 40-yard line. Is
pass intended for Beal. Defended well, incomplete.
That was intended for Tay Beal. So that pass falls incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 with 6:57 remaining here in the ball game. The clock is stopped, however. Orson now. Shotgun formation for the Gold team yet again. The same formation. 2 receivers on each side. Joe Goodwin, the running back, on the right side. Wide receiver is sent in motion from left to right. It's a fake handoff to Joe Goodwin, and Joe Goodwin takes the ball up the center and does not cross the left hash mark, but he runs about 8 yards on that play before being brought down. Referees will rule that's a 7-yard run, so it'll bring up about 3rd and 3 as Joe Goodwin crosses the 50-yard line officially. But they've still got a little bit of work to do here on 3rd down to get that first down, and we'll see if we get 3 in a row for the blue team defense, giving up a penalty and giving up a first down with said penalty. 3rd and 3. Same formation, same play, a fake handoff. Orson throws the ball over the middle, and the pass falls incomplete. The intended receiver on that play was number 8, Noah McVicker, a wide receiver out of Lago Vista. So the gold team makes it past the 50-yard line. It's 4th down and 3 on the blue team 47, and the gold team has some choices to make. You got to think they're going to go for it because they're really in no man's land. That'd be a really long field goal, about 63, 64 yards at this point of the field. And I don't know many high school kickers who can make those kind of catches. Make those kind of kicks, I should say. So 4th and 3, it's a sweep to a wide receiver who runs to the right side and is brought down before he can cross the first down marker. Making that tackle for the blue team was number 17, Brett Harris. And that was Tay Beal, the wide receiver who ran that jet sweep. He was stopped just about a yard short of the first down marker, and that will be a turnover on downs with 6:04 remaining here in the ball game. The blue team leading the gold team 10-7. And the blue team just got a huge chunk of momentum. Now all they need to do is run the ball, run the clock down. And they could waltz out of here with a victory here tonight at the 3rd annual FCA Unity Bowl. Blue team offense back on the field. Shotgun formation. 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers on the right side. It's a handoff to one of the running backs that runs to the right side and makes it to the hash mark. He might have, he did. He lost to control of the ball, and the gold team recovered. The 2nd turnover of the night for the blue team. And just like that, any momentum the blue team gained from that turnover on downs is taken right away, and the gold team has another breath of life in them. Hagen Knapp is going to be the gold team defender credited with recovering that fumble. And he's the one who also got that interception earlier. So he's doing a great job at getting the turnover ratio in favor of the gold team tonight. I believe that was Jalen Cleveland, a running back out of LBJ, who fumbled there. Either way, it's 1st and 10 from the gold team 49-yard line for the gold team. Here's Orson at quarterback. He throws a quick slant to a wide receiver, falls incomplete. That'll be 2nd down. Orson looking to make a quick throw. Kelby Cox is back in at quarterback.
That'll bring up 2nd down.
I almost wonder if the gold team was thinking we were having a lot of success with Kelby Cox out in the 3rd and early fourth quarter before Orson got back in the game at quarterback. And it is indeed Kelby Cox back. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the left. Running back to the left side as well. Kelby Cox takes the ball, hands it off to the running back. The running back runs up the middle towards the right hash mark, and he's brought down at about the blue team 45-yard line. That will bring up 3rd down and about 5. It's officially a 5-yard gain here. And clock is starting to work against the gold team as well. We've got about 5 minutes, 20 seconds and counting remaining here in the ball game. Blue team still leading 10-7. Gold team needs to march down the field and score either a field goal to tie or a touchdown to win.
Thank you for your support.
Kelby Cox now takes the snap, fakes a handoff to a running back. It's a quick flip pass to another running back who was sent in motion, and he gains about 2, maybe 3 yards on that play before being brought down. On making that catch was number 88, Cabot Booth, out of Faith Academy. And gold team will call their first timeout of the half. They have 2 remaining. Blue team has all 3 timeouts remaining. 4:46 remaining here in the ball game. The clock will stop with this timeout. Blue team leading 10-7. Again, we thank you very much for choosing to spend your Friday night with us here at SHN and the 3rd annual FCA Unity Bowl. Travis Banks alongside Rob Hipp, Nathan Height working the camera. Galen Welnicki is taking care of stats for us. And we thank you for joining us tonight. We hope you will join us again this fall on SHN Sports, where we've got a number of big things planned for you this season. Number of teams to broadcast, and we broadcast the full seasons, including playoffs. A couple of heartbreaking football losses for at least the Georgetown Eagles the past couple of years. And we not only broadcast football, we broadcast basketball, and we just finished up baseball, as if you were with us earlier, Rob Hipp was talking about. Broadcasting a number of high schools in the Georgetown area and their deep playoff runs. So we've got everybody back on the field now after that timeout. It's fourth down here. And now the blue team is going to call their first timeout. They want to make sure everything is planned out and prepared. On this drive alone, the blue team has given up 2 first downs to the gold team just based off defensive penalties. So you got to think the coaching staff is talking things over with the players about that, making sure that the players are not going to make mistakes because, again, it's 4th and short, 4th and 3. So any 5-yard penalty will get the gold team a first down, and that's exactly what happened on the last 2 penalties. It was 3rd and short, 3rd and about 3, 3rd and 4. Blue team made a defensive penalty that was called by the referees, and it resulted in a first down for the gold team based off those 5-yard penalties. And now we're just about set back up here. 4th down and 3 for the gold team. Shotgun formation, but a bit closer. They're trying to draw the blue team off sides, and I think they got it.
Flag comes out before the snap.
Ball was snapped, and immediately a
Blue number 42.
whistle blown, and they are going to call offsides on the blue team. It was number 42, Jonathan Mitchell, a defensive end out of Hutto, just up the road here. A little bit east of where we are right now, a little bit southeast, I should say. Again, we're live here in Georgetown, Texas from Birkelbach Field. And that is a first down for the gold team. They're at the blue team 40-yard line with 4:45 remaining in the ball game. Kelby Cox takes the snap, hands the ball off to the running back, and running back rushes to the right side hash mark and makes it about 5, maybe 6 yards before being brought down. That running back, Joe Goodwin, out of Vista Ridge on the carry there.
Goodwin with the carry out of the backfield. Tackle made by Ryland Robinson for the blue team.
Ryland Robinson making the tackle for the blue team. And that will bring up 2nd down and 4.
Ball now spotted.
Following Joe Goodwin's 6-yard run right there.
33.
It's the gold team now. Back in the shotgun formation. Trips to the right. Kelby Cox has his running back Goodwin to his right side as well. Ball is snapped. Kelby Cox drops back. He throws a man to the right side. It's a wide receiver screen, and that ball carrier is immediately gobbled up by 2 defenders. Making the catch there was Marcus Maldonado for the gold team, and bringing him down was Levi Russo-Bell, who I think we can safely call the blue team defensive MVP of the evening. He's just been on every single tackle.
That'll bring up 3rd down.
Marcus Maldonado lost his helmet, so he'll have to sit out a play as the gold team continues to make some more substitutions here. That brings up 3rd down and 4 for the gold team. They've got 3:30 and counting remaining here in the ball game. They trail 10-7 to the blue team. And a flag is thrown before the ball can be snapped here on 3rd down.
Illegal substitution. Gold. 5-yard penalty.
Gold team made an illegal substitution. That will knock them back 5 yards, and that's not good because now there's no hope of the blue team of drawing the blue team off sides anymore. They've got to go 9 yards to get a first down, and they're pretty well close to the first down mark, or pretty well close to the 50-yard line, closer than they are to the end zone, that is. Ball is snapped. It's a handoff to Joe Goodwin, who rushes to the left side and is brought down at the 40-yard line. Bringing Joe Goodwin down is number 23 for the blue team. That is Jalen Cleveland, the running back,
Goodwin with the carry.
linebacker hybrid out of LBJ High School down there in North Austin.
That'll bring up fourth down.
That's fourth down and a loss of 2 on that play. So brings up fourth down and 11.
Well, Travis, this has been a low-scoring affair throughout. We'll see if the Gold can capitalize here with 2:25 to go.
They do lead the turnover battle, Rob, 2-1. And they're going to go for it. Kelby Cox has a man downfield, makes the catch inside the 5.
Wow, what a grab with defenders right between the eyes. Able to haul that one in inside the 5-yard line. Boy, with 2:13 to go, the Gold. They're about to strike some gold here, Travis.
That was a fade route to Isaiah Poston. Kelby Cox decided to thread the needle. Poston in coverage, able to make that catch. And now the ball is at the 3-yard line. It's first and goal. And now with less than 2 minutes remaining and counting, the Gold team, trailing 10-7, has an opportunity to take it all. It's first and goal from the 3. A handoff to the running back, Joe Goodwin. He rushes up the middle and dives. I don't think he broke the plane. And no, the referees are signaling that he was down at the 1.
Goodwin just a few inches short, had the initial punch, if you will, right there up the middle. But a great defensive stand by the Blue All-Stars, and with 1:25 to go, a timeout and the clock has stopped. Travis, I'll let you finish this one out, man. This has been exciting.
Oh, thank you, Rob. Well, that's the second timeout of the evening. Taking scoreboard is updating. It shows that now there is just one timeout left for both of these teams. I don't recall, outside of those 2 timeouts earlier, I don't recall any other timeouts, but then again, I have a bad short-term memory. So the clock will stop with 1:25 here in the ball game. The blue team, it's basically Custer's last stand here. The blue team leading 10-7, but they're backed up to their own 1-yard line. The Gold team only has to break that ball past the 1-yard plane. And if they do, they'll have a very good chance at winning as they trail by just a field goal. Again, we thank you very much for joining us tonight here on SHN Sports for the 3rd annual FCA Unity Bowl. I'm Travis Banks alongside Rob Hipp, and Rob spoke with the chairman of the FCA during halftime, and he just had nothing but great things to say about the FCA in general, all these kids that have been working out with these coaches, and it's pretty crazy. He talked about how much planning goes into this event. You got to think it's not that much, but no, he said they started planning for this game last August. And that's when they assigned the referees and the coaching staffs and everything. And you got to think they worked with these kids throughout the year, in addition to these kids performing their usual football duties in the fall.
There's a lot that goes into this, and quite a few folks showing up here. You know, we estimate over 200 people made their way out here tonight, Travis.
Yeah, great turnout from all around the Central Texas area, as on second and goal, rush to the left side, but that is rejected. The blue team snuffed out exactly where that ball carrier was going to take the ball and pushed him back. That could have been a loss. That was a quarterback keeper by Kelby Cox.
Well, you saw about 4 or 5 of those front linemen for the blue team. You talk about a blue storm that came up. Man, it looked like Gold was able to easily dance his way across, and the blue storm at the last minute said, you know what, it may have been clear skies earlier today, but we're going to whip up a little storm here, get the National Weather Service involved here at the end of this one.
Less than a minute to go, 45 seconds to be exact. Less than 10 seconds on the play clock. The Gold team has to hurry or burn their last time out here. Kelby Cox takes the snap, hands it off to Joe Goodwin. Joe Goodwin, he dives. I don't think he got it, though. Again, no gain for the 3rd time in a row. And now with 30 seconds left, the Gold team has a decision to make.
He stopped shy of the goal line.
Goodwin is indeed stopped short of the first down line, and now 20 seconds to go. The Gold team either has to take their final time out, and I think that's what they're going to do. It is 4th down. I think they're going to leave.
Let it run down.
Yeah.
Well, Travis, you talk about a game that has came down to the wire. I mean, literally, they're going to let this bad boy go down to 1 second. They're going to call timeout. They're going to punch this one in. I don't think they're going to force an overtime. They want to punch this one in on 4th and 1, an opportunity for Gold to take the victory. Unbelievable finish here in just a few moments.
That is what exactly they are doing. They stop the clock with 3 seconds left. Or, again, they could also be going for a field goal, too. With that 3 seconds just makes me think of those old college football video games they used to make where the computer would always stop the clock with about 3 seconds left. So they would have just enough time to get the ball hiked and kicked and see if they can make the field goal. Again, the ball is going to be set closer to the left side hash mark than in the center of the field. So the kicker for the Gold team, I don't know if he'd have any trouble with that. It should basically be a chip shot, about an 18-yard field goal from here, but you never know. And, Rob, we were joking earlier. The two of us called this game last year on our own, and there was a bit of an exciting conclusion to that game last year as well with about 90 seconds left. The losing team was driving. They were down a touchdown or so, and then the lights in the stadium went out. It took about 30 minutes to get those lights turned back on and finish up those 90 seconds of the game. But I think this is a bit of a more entertaining finish than last year.
Well, this is it, Travis. 4th and 1, 3 seconds to go.
Kelby Cox, the quarterback. He comes out in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the right side, but as you should know, the blue team has 1 timeout left, and they're going to use that timeout right now, make sure they're ready. Again, Rob, I was talking earlier about how on this drive, the Gold team has given up, or the blue team, I should say, the Gold team was gifted 2 first downs by the blue team defense just on penalties alone. So again, the blue team leading 10-7 with 3 seconds to go. The Gold team has decided they're not going to go for a field goal. They're going to go for the whole shebang. They want that victory here at the 3rd annual FCA Unity Bowl in Georgetown, Texas. Again, we thank you very much for joining us on this Friday evening, this warm, muggy, humid Friday evening. We've got a lot of rain in the forecast next week, though, so highs are only going to be in the 80s. Apparently some rain is supposed to come this weekend, which I personally am not looking forward to, but, can't always get what you want. Here it is. This is it for all the marbles.
And Travis, the rule is there is no overtime, so they're going to go for it. There is no overtime in this ball game.
Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right side. Kelby Cox sneaks it in, and he's in!
Wow!
He scores! Kelby Cox from 1 yard out. It took them 4 tries, but Kelby Cox eventually got it in on 4th down, and with 3 seconds remaining, runs into nothing, and just like that, the Gold team trailed the entire game, yet they still win the ball game. I don't think they're going to attempt the extra point because there really is no reason to. That's it. The Gold team, what a remarkable comeback. All 13 points coming in this 4th quarter of this real defensive game, this defensive showdown, if you will. But wow, what a finish. Kelby Cox from 1 yard out rushes and gets the win for the Gold team. Turn of events. And we're going to take a brief commercial break here. Stay tuned. We'll have some post-game analysis after this, unless you want to take it over, Rob.
Yeah, we'll keep things right here. Travis, talking about a FCA 2018 All-Star Unity game that started out very slow. This was a game that started out at half. It was 3-0. And we started to see a lot of the scoring, a lot of the things happen here in the second half of play. But your hats go off to this Gold team who, you called it, right at the last, literally 3 seconds to go. 4th and 1, you run the clock down to 3 seconds, and you punch your ticket into a victory. A great game, a great show of sportsmanship out here. There was an injured player early. We hope that player is going to be okay. But other than that, man, what a great game. What a great way for the FCA here to be here. just a game just to showcase what the FCA does and their commitment to helping young people and doing great things. So, as always, a shout-out to those. We'll take a quick break. We will send it down to the field and a public address announcer as they will go over the award winners of this ball game. Don't go anywhere, folks. Post-game coverage continues.
Two very talented teams on the field tonight. Members of the staff and coaches of our All-Star game selected the offensive and defensive most valuable players. They will select one winner from separate teams. Tonight's defensive MVP award goes to number 58, Isaiah Davila. Tonight's offensive MVP award goes to number 18, Ryan Gardner. We also have two more awards to present tonight. The most Christ-like award goes to the All-Star from each team who throughout this week displayed character, encouragement, and the heart of a servant leader. The most Christ-like award for the blue team goes to Brett Harris from Johnson City. The most Christ-like award for the gold team goes to Marcus Maldonado from Eastview. We would like to give out two special FCA serving awards going to two outstanding trainers that served all week. They are Addie Hobson and Amber Billingsley. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending tonight's FCA All-Star Unity Bowl game. May you each have safe travel as you return home. God bless you.
Well, once again, thanks for joining us here for the 2018 FCA All-Star Unity Bowl. This is our third annual coverage. We appreciate Steve Venerini, Greg Knight, and the rest of the Fellowship of Christian Athlete staff. Travis, in this one, the final, the gold team defeating the blue 13-10 here from Georgetown High School. And Galen, what's this first line here? Oh, sorry about that. Galen over here is back in the house. Appreciate it, Galen. Going over the final stats here. First downs, a pretty evenly matched game. The gold had 12, the blue had 13. Rushes for the gold team, 34 attempts for 52 yards. But the blue team, they struggled tonight from the running game. 89 attempts, they were negative 7 yards. And Galen said that's not right. No, we'll send it back to Galen here. Apologize for that. I was about to say they had more than that, Galen. We'll let Galen's taking a look at that there. 29 times for 82 yards. Thank you, Galen. I just didn't read that correctly, Galen. It's all good, man. Passing here, 177 yards to 172 for the Blue. 12 of 28, one interception for the Gold. 11 of 24, one interception for the Blue. Total yardage, pretty even. 229 for the Gold, 224 for the Blue. Fumbles, 0 fumbles. One of them lost there, 1-1 for the Blue team. Penalties, 2 for 20 for Gold, 4 for 20 for the Blue team. And we had 3 punts and 4 punts, respectively. Overall, Travis, a great game. Good to have you up here, man.
It was great to be here. And luckily the lights weren't turned out on us this year like they were last year. But it was such a great, fun game to call. And, we talked about how this is kind of a warm-up for the fall football season. Kind of comes in the middle of the off-season, towards the second half of the off-season. And kind of gives me some confidence myself as able to get back into the swing of things and calling some play-by-play action, and because we're going to be doing a lot of that this fall. And a lot of these kids, too, we wish them the very best. Again, a lot of these kids are graduated seniors. They graduated from high school just a couple of weeks ago, so they're off to bigger and better things, attending some universities and all that good stuff, and eventually breaking out into the real world. And they're going to do some great things in the future, and my hats off are to these young men who played their hearts out tonight when you think about it.
Well, again, thanks for joining us. Thanks to Galen Welnicki on stats, Russell Dowden on our box camera, Mickey Holden down on the field with the field camera. For Travis Banks, Nathan Height, and the rest of our SHN crew, I'm Rob Hipp. Thanks for joining us for the 2018 FCA All-Star Unity Bowl. Make sure to follow us this fall as we will continue broadcasting Georgetown High School football and many other teams throughout Central Texas. If you're out there listening and would like a broadcast for your team, visit us at shnsports.com. Again, that website is shnsports.com. We're looking forward to also covering Southwestern University, Division III college football this season. All that and more. Keep it tuned in on shnsports.com. Remember, if you'd like to get involved with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, you can visit them online at fcaustin.org. Again, that's fcaustin.org. Again, your final score tonight from the 3rd Annual 2018 FCA All-Star Unity Bowl. The Gold All-Stars defeat the Blue All-Stars 13-10. Good night from Georgetown, Texas.